Burning Path episode. It is the 2nd of the 6th, 2025. We're not going to number these anymore. It's just stupid and pointless.
Too many of
So
them.
the date, yes, 2nd of the 6th, 2025. Burning Path, Dungeons and Dragons, 5th edition. We have with us Barry Tahira playing Emperor Storm today. We have Avery here playing Tannel. Charlie is playing. Who knows? Who the fuck knows who
No,
you're playing
I'm
today? It could
definitely
be
playing Knight, but
playing Knight. Okay.
yeah,
Lissa,
definitely.
played by Christina. And I'm Russell Kirkby, RKDM. So, all right, let's get this show on the road. So, last episode, we had some developments, I believe. A couple of small developments. Does anyone want to fill us in? Barry? Barry, do you want to fill us in?
No,
It did affect you a little bit.
this is all a dream.
You were slightly affected by last week's game session, I recall. Just a little
Slightly
bit.
affected. I didn't get much sleep that night. I was thinking about what am I going to do? How?
So, what are you going to do, and why, and who, and what, and so on?
Okay, it turns out that I came to live in a town called Dagdagill, and I thought that a chimney was where they put birds because I am a Tabashi. Siberian tiger lake. And now, after being there for several years, I have become emperor of Dagdagill.
Right.
And
Through no fault of your own.
no, because I had this brilliant plan. And I won't tell the audience the whole plan because it's all gone stuff now. And needless to say, somebody else was supposed to be where I am. And I'm here and he's not.
Oh dear.
So now I'm looking for my companions wherever they've gone. And
We're not here. No, no, enjoy your throne.
I'm looking for my companions wherever they are. I'm wondering if they're as gobsmacked as I am because now I don't know what to do.
Okay, so let's put everybody in a place. Let's figure out where everybody is.
I'll find
Barry,
us.
I'm assuming you're at the palace because it would be very hard for you to leave the palace right now.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for me to leave anywhere right now.
Your companions may or may not have gone back to House Skargaran or to the Forge, or they could potentially be still here as well. They could be in another room. Depends. I mean, have you given them like all day passes to go to Disneyland, or do they have to talk to the guards every time they come?
No, they've got passes depending on what I'll be doing at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you give these characters, all of you now have a pass to get into the
Yes.
palace.
And I will also decree that all the wanted posters to do with the burning past be torn from the wall.
Oh,
All right. So you can
I look at like, oh, poor Sorno.
you can do that during the session once we've figured out what's going on, and we'll have some time for that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lissa, where did you sleep last night after the whole election thing? Did you sleep at the Forge, or you slept with Stannis?
Or did you sleep at
Obviously.
all?
Obviously, did you get any sleep at all? Is the next question.
Roll a d20, I think.
You did get some sleep because you had a dream, and the dream was obviously a communication from your patron, telling you to prepare for her arrival at the palace, probably today.
Okay.
So yeah, you wake up with that fresh in your mind, like it was just a moment ago. Yeah, you can almost still feel her touch after you awaken, which is very disturbing because it turns out it was Stannis touching you. So
Got his arms wrapped around me, holding me,
all right,
holding her.
all right. Yeah, I'm not going to go down that road. There's a whole can of worms right there that I'm
Yeah, yeah.
put that over here. Um, all right, so you wake up at the palace. No, not at the palace. At the house of Skalgarin. And Stannis gets up and stretches, and servants come with food and what have you. And you can tell Stannis is still a bit out of sorts after the whole thing. You know, he obviously had some expectations. He originally he didn't want it. He was trying to push it away, but then he'd kind of agreed to it, and he'd finally set his mind to it. And then after he'd finally come to grips with the idea that he was likely to be the emperor, it swept away from under him, and he'd just gotten excited about it, and now it's gone. So he's still a bit pissy and out of sorts. It's probably won't last forever. To be fair, he's not that kind of person, but he is human, so he's still annoyed. Lord Skargaran has been pretty supportive since you came back, and Stannis has gone and had a chat to Lord Skargaran by himself. They had a one-on-one, which you were probably doing something else, maybe eating or something. I don't know. Doing a Lissa thing that Lissa does.
She could have been, I don't know,
Let her
making herself
decide.
presentable, reading a book, anything.
Yep.
Let her decide.
Yep.
She's got this. She knows her character. What does she do?
Takes a long hot bath.
Nice. Well, there are some very nice baths.
Hmm?
Think Roman baths, big fucking baths with hot water from geothermal frickin' vents and fun stuff like that. Okay, cool. Okay, so what has Knight been doing?
Well, Knight has, I guess, spent the entire night with Dagmar afterwards, mainly coming up with like plans for her son, because she's given him freedom, but has she given him freedom? No, I mean, Dagmar was so set on having him like go for the position of emperor, but um. We will probably have come to the conclusion that this is probably the best thing, and it's probably the highest role he could achieve. That also keeps him safe. So
Right.
yeah,
I see.
I think we're both very happy. And then passionate night of lovemaking,
My.
and then in the morning we call in the personal town crier.
Alexa.
Alexa.
Alexa, that's right, Alexa.
Right.
Call in Alexa, and
Lady
while we're in bed,
Alexa.
we wait to hear what
Mistress
he has to
Alexa.
say. I imagine a him personally.
Him. Okay.
Yeah,
Alexis.
whatever. It's either. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Avery, what has Tannel been up to?
I
the
kind of
events?
imagine like he kind of basically, as Storm's emperor now, he would kind of pester Storm until Storm gives him free reign of all the palace libraries, and then
Okay.
he's basically just gone down a rabbit hole there.
Does Storm give him access to the libraries?
Storm is busy like he says, give me access to libraries, and at the moment he's got what?
Like
Oh,
what?
where? What do you want?
Just tell them I can visit all the libraries.
Tell who? Which one? I mean,
Your seneschal, and I just pointed him.
Yes.
oh, okay. Excuse me, Mr. Seneschal.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
The name is Varnick Pell, my lord.
Oh, sorry.
Your Majesty, he says, not my lord.
Mr. Varnick.
Yes, my
So, this man may have access to the library.
If it be your wish, my liege, of course.
It is my wish. It is my wish. Now,
Of course. I shall take down some details from you, Lord, and we shall alert the various authorities that require the information.
Yes. Excuse me.
Now, the name of the candidate.
The name of the candidate? Tell him your name.
Tanil Winterbreeze.
I see, Tanil Winterbreeze, and you wish to have access to, and he lists off a bunch of libraries and book locations, study rooms, and such. And so, yeah, you have access to those.
Yeah, and I'm basically just going to decide what I think is the most interesting, and then just go and head in there, find somewhere to transfer 4 hours, and then just keep going.
Before you go, you see the Seneschal Varnick leans over to Storm and he says, Your Eminence, even the secret ones.
We have secret ones?
Shh, yes, my lord.
Oh, we have secret ones?
Yes, indeed. There are secret research chambers and libraries, archives that have been kept for centuries.
Give him access to those.
Are you sure? Can he be trusted?
I feel like this is, Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Just give him like the rights to everything. Just
Everything.
No. Here's
everything.
the thing. Here's the thing.
Does that make
Gordle is
Avery?
the absolute anti.
Right, I'm not playing now.
Yeah,
makes Avery-
Gordle is the opposite of Elon Musk because he actually cares. He doesn't like billionaires, and he likes people with no money. He thinks they're. And he actually does, in fact, help people.
True.
Okay.
But the similarity is interesting.
Stop saying that. Stop saying it. All right.
All right, Taco.
Yes, I trust this man. He's a dear friend of mine.
I see. Very well.
And he may have to do some homework on some very sensitive stuff.
Sornel, you can make an insight check.
15?
15. The Seneschal gives you access to these places, certainly to a number of places. You can't guarantee that he's given you access to all of them because what you don't know, you don't know.
Exactly.
But you can tell he's not exceptionally happy about it. It's kind of begrudging from the Seneschal. This is very irregular. And he probably uses that word once or twice during the process.
I would just smile at him and say that, yes, I am quite irregular. But otherwise, I am, like, without brown nosing, trying to get on his good side. Fair
enough. All right, so you head off to the library, or one of the libraries to do your things. Storm, Seneschal Varnick comes back to you, and he says to you, something that you should be aware of, my lord. Your Majesty. I keep saying my lord. He calls you your Majesty or your Eminence. One thing you should be aware of, your Eminence. The wyvern-clad guarding you will be carrying charms that will deflect many magical powers, allowing them to keep your safety. If it be your will, I have such a charm for you.
It would be my will.
Very well, my lord. I shall retrieve it immediately.
And
looks like a bell.
would you just keep an eye on my friend down there, or send somebody you trust to keep an eye on my friend down there?
It is well in hand, your Eminence, well in hand.
Good.
I would not allow any stranger near our archives without oversight.
Am I allowed to call a meeting of the princes?
Well, my lord, your Eminence, if it be your will, I will call a meeting of the princes.
After I've talked to
It is very, perhaps irregular to do so quickly. Perhaps a night of rest is in order.
All right, I'll take your advice. A night of rest. Give me everything you've got or know on all the houses, please. Who does what, how they do it.
Yes, of course, my lord. Yes, we can convene on that subject in a few hours. I will collect and gather the information that you have requested.
Excellent.
Do you have any other immediate orders you would like to place?
Yes, I would like to request that every poster, every wanted poster,
Oh,
is of that
Burning path.
that is to do with the burning path is taken down.
yes, of course, my liege. Yes, your eminence. Another thing there is, we will need to schedule a visit to the armory, to the treasury. Those two are somewhat ceremonial visits required of the Emperor. You should visit your treasure chambers. You should visit your armory. There are a number of ceremonial items that you will need to obtain that will be given to you in a coronation. We will perhaps organize the coronation for a few days from now.
Yes, we will. We will. And
Would you prefer 3 days, my lord?
3 days is good. 3
Good.
days is good.
Very well. And would you like some ambrosia?
Yes.
Of course. The servant comes with some food and wines and grapes and so on.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to legalize dragon's breath like ASAP. Thank you.
I don't think it's illegal. I think it's just stupidly hard to get.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need you to make it easier somehow.
Send the army, scour the earth, find the dragon's breath, bring it to the Lady of Fire.
Lady of fucking
Lady of
drunkenism.
Night, this particular case. All right.
Oh, I hope not. Lady of Night that would be an interesting title for Night, one she hasn't had yet. So interesting.
The Seneschal also tells you that there's going to be a security briefing for you in the morning.
Thank you. Thank you. Seneschal, will you be with me at all times?
If that be your will, your eminence, of course.
Yes. How long have you been at the
Oh,
here?
perhaps 30-odd years now, I suppose.
So you know everything that's gone on.
Well, I have some idea, I suppose, yes.
There's something I want to do, but I want your advice on.
I see.
How do I... Well, what I want to do
Yes.
is I'd like somebody who knows about poisons of any kind to take a look at the Empress's body for me.
Ah, I see. Out of game. Do we know what happened to the Empress's body? Does it still exist? Has it been buried? Has it been burned?
I don't think we have an answer to
I,
that.
I feel like something like this, it would be. I feel like it would be ceremonially interred in a crypt or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I can say that. No, okay. He says to you, my lord, unfortunately, the corpus of the Empress has corrupted. It is no longer something that can be examined in any easily accessible form.
Why was it not examined?
Oh, it was examined, but little was found. I believe there's been some speech and talk of poison.
And who examined it?
The royal examiner, my lord.
Which is?
Hold on a second. He tells you, and it was one of the staff from the palace. I can get you a name in a minute.
So the Barakal had nothing to do with the examination.
I have my personal suspicions, my lord. Would you wish to hear such?
Yes, I wish to hear them.
Whilst I believe the Barakyle did not directly examine the corpse, no, I would not be surprised if they had had a hand in the selection of the members who were required to perform the examination.
Did her personality change at any point in time when the Barakal were around?
My lord, the Lady Empress of Doors, rest her soul, may she rest in peace, long live the Empress, became something of a tyrant several years past. She has been on a long and slow decline, I'm afraid. Now, between you and I, your eminence, I believe that her imbuing of a certain substance had much to do with it. She was what you might call an addict.
And that certain substance didn't come from a city that's near the water, perhaps?
I cannot be too precise, your liege, in so much as the Empress kept her own secrets, but certain things were apparent to everyone.
It would seem to me that you would have made sure her belongings were
Oh,
packed away
yes, yes.
nicely.
Her belongings have been taken by her family and retrieved.
Good.
Of course, I could demand their return if you wished. I don't suppose it would be the most diplomatic solution, but they would be required to do your will.
Just find out for me quietly if any of her stuff was given her by the Barakiles.
Oh, yes, yes. And indeed, some things were. Yes, gifts, many gifts. Many of the Assembly have received gifts from many other diplomats and nations, including from Barakyle. They're not the only ones to give diplomatic gifts.
All right. Okay. All right.
Do you have any meetings you wish to have upon this day that I should schedule?
Oh, we'll leave. Do I have spies?
My lord, the wyvern-clad eyes are yours to command.
I want to speak to the person that runs the wyvern-clad at the moment.
I see. Well, I shall summon them. Very well. Now, out of game, you won the election based on your connections to the Wyvernclad, so you kind of know who runs the Wyvernclad. But as for the eyes, the Wyvernclad eyes, who are the secret police, you don't know too much about them.
Okay.
Except that they're secret, and they're the police, and sometimes people disappear.
Okay. I go around looking for my compatriots.
So they are presently not present, but if you ask about, does Storm have a way of getting hold of you guys, given that you're at the forge? Like, because he can't just send someone there, because that will just give the game away.
I mean, he could just send
I'm still at the palace and knows in a book, so he could just send for me, and I could.
That's true. All
so
right.
I could summon.
Okay.
All right. So you send for Avery. You send for Sornel, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So Sornel, you get interrupted and told that His Eminence wishes your immediate presence.
Of course. Please lead the way.
And you find yourself in the presence of your eminent lord.
Mm.
Can I take this damn thing off?
But you don't have a crown yet. You don't have a crown yet. Haven't been
Oh,
coronated.
good. Well, can I take this thing off? Okay, now, listen,
You're a
Sauna.
big rogue.
Now, look for, see if we've got anything on Picard, and see if we've got anything on the prophecy at all.
That is what
Okay.
I was looking into.
Oh, that's okay. Sorry for bothering you.
No, of course, of course. Was there anything else you needed?
Oh, the guys. I need the guys. I need the team. I need advice. I need a drink. Yeah, I need the guys.
Very well. And I take out my pull out a little book from inside my robes and scribble a sending to Nightingale. And basically, in the most fanciful, overblown way I can say in 25 words, something like, His Lord and Majesty, the Eminence, Emperor of Doors, blah 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 blah, wants you at the palace.
Hey.
Couldn't
Wow.
you just say?
Oh, well,
Someone-
this isn't out loud, Barry. You can't hear it. You just see me
Ah.
scribbling in the notebook for a minute.
Someone
What's a
give that man
fancy title?
inspiration. Someone give that man inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
I am a bard, so
Yeah.
blink. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Christine's fighting with her microphone, I see. Oh, man. It looks like you're doing combat with it.
So Knight is going to, I guess, make sure she gets ready. She's going to go as Lady Namara and make
Okay.
sure she finds the finest hat,
I see.
and then she's going to go and find Lissa at some point. But before then, she's going to get a drink prepared to bring for His Eminence. I won't tell you what it is just yet. But I go to my I guess I prepare something for him.
Okay.
Don't worry, don't worry, your drink is coming.
I wish it really was a drink.
Hey, good job.
Yay! Lissa's microphone is lit up.
Yeah, we're not mitigating
Nice.
anything your alcohol addiction. We're just I like doing that job. It must be so tough and so thirsty. We'll be talking a lot, so
Who are you talking to?
I'm just talking to Barry.
I see.
Anyway,
I see. Okay.
are you set up yet,
Yeah.
Christina?
So,
Yeah, I'm set up.
Okay, cool. I go get you,
Lady Norton, what's your face?
Namara.
Namara. You've got servants, right?
Yes.
I see. Your servant comes to you and says, well, what time is it in game, actually? Is this at night time or is this in the morning?
I'd say it's in the morning.
In the
I
morning?
kind of
Alright.
feel like
Just
it's in
got
the
up.
morning.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is the following morning. So, Storm, you've slept in the palace for the first time on the most ridiculous bed you've ever seen in your whole life. In any case, Lady Namara, you get a knock on the door whilst you're, doing stuff, getting ready, adjusting your business. And the servant says, my lady, Sarjuk Xanathrea wishes to meet with you on this day.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
have time for such?
Ooh, when does she want? When is she wanting to meet with me?
If I may be entirely honest with you, my lady, she is waiting downstairs with her carriage. She is prepared to wait all day, but she...
No. We can't have that. All right. If you don't mind, get me the latest book that I've been reading for the book club. Thank you. And also, is Lady Lissa prepared yet? Have
Out
you
of
seen
game.
her?
Yeah, that's up to you, Christina. All right.
I'm sitting there having breakfast.
All right. So you're having
Yeah.
breakfast. You're perhaps sitting at a table in the garden, the walled garden, up on the fucking top of the keep.
Terrace.
Yeah, the terraced garden. Yes, perfect. Okay, so you're sitting outside and you're listening to the birds sing and watching the second sunrise. Okay.
Knight yells out outside the window, "Lady Lissa!" And like all the birds disappear. Yeah. Please be ready soon. We're about to go to see his High Lord, his Eminence,
Okay.
All right.
I'll be there in a minute.
All right.
They're calling out from one tower to the other.
I mean, they could just do. Don't both of them have message?
Maybe,
Yeah,
but this is
But
more
this is just
fun,
funnier.
apparently. Yes, this is the abuse of nobility. This is the violence inherent in the system.
Yes. So I will have Lady Xanathoria come in if she isn't already inside, and I'll go meet with her before we depart.
All
I'll
right.
invite her into a sunny room with lots of books.
And Lady Lissa is with you?
If Lady Liz would like to be with me, this is fine.
yeah,
All
I'll
right.
come.
Okay.
I'll come rushing.
All right, so Lady Lissa comes rushing in, and in the meantime, Lady Sajuk of Xanathrea is brought upstairs, and she has a trail behind her and a number of servants carrying parts of her dress.
We
When
all
she-
have fancy,
Right,
fancy things.
everyone has a thing. All right, so she comes in and she says, "It is so lovely to attend this gilded chamber once more. Will we be having a meeting this week?"
Oh, well, if we can arrange it, of course. I've got my book. I'm part the way through. So I'm looking forward to, catching up between chapters 12 and 20 with everyone.
I do enjoy the descriptions that the author offers of, and she goes off on a tangent about the details of, and brings up some other books and stuff.
We're going to have to invite Lady Lissa next time we go. Do you like to read?
Yes, very much so.
Excellent. Well, you're going to adore this book. I'll get you a copy. It
Um,
gets very raunchy soon, so
Night,
Oh,
Nightingale, you can make an insight check.
okay. Yes, there must be another
Alright.
reason for why she is here. But I don't know what it is. So
Wow.
I'll do one.
All right, you can do one.
I think she's too busy rattling and enjoying her time with her friend. Getting out the tea and pouring tea and whatnot for her, and
Meanwhile, Barry sits
Come
up
on.
on high, observing everything from his platform, and
No, actually, he's still one. First thing he says is, "Oh my God, it wasn't a dream." And now he's
How's it
Damn.
26?
26. Okay.
That's a nat 20, by the way.
Wow. Okay, Lissa, you are immediately aware that Lady Sajuk Xanathrea doesn't like you. She just doesn't like you. She thinks, you can tell she thinks you're some kind of upstart, and she has no respect for your so-called noble blood. However, she's also in the presence of Lady Knight and at the household, and you're there and so on, so she has to follow all the etiquettes and protocols. So she's being nice, but you can tell she doesn't like you.
So, Lady Xanathrea,
Yes.
may I ask what brings you here today?
Well, I actually had something. I know that you're very fond of hats, Lady Knight, Lady
Lady
Namara.
Namara. Yeah.
And I did find a hat maker who I thought you might like to employ.
Ooh, all right. Well, I'd love to see their portfolio. So if they can give me pictures of what they've done,
I
paintings.
believe that they should like to come and bring you some hats to look at. Their name is Melvira Tam, by the way. You might have heard of her.
Have I heard of her?
Make a history check.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you advantage because you are a hat obsessed individual who
I'll take
probably
it.
has studied the various people that make hats. So,
Hmm.
what is a hat maker called? Are they a
24.
haberdasher?
I believe so.
Okay, so she's a haberdasher.
Hatter.
A hatter, right?
That too, yeah.
Like a mad hatter.
A bit of everything.
Bit of the old
Um,
Mercury down you.
but yes, 2024.
Okay, yeah, all right. You've heard of Melvira Tan.
Hmm.
In fact, you might even own a hat of hers. That
Ooh.
it's probably not her best hat. It was one from a collection. They're hard to get your hands on because she tends to make them for one person. And if you want that hat, you can't get her to. She's not going to remake the exact same hat, so you have to wait for them to die and then buy it off them, off the family
Oh,
or something.
oh, I see.
But
Okay, well,
yes,
Knight's very excited. Uh, I would love to meet her. I
of
am
course.
a massive
And
fan of her work.
And she does read, I might add, so perhaps we could invite her along to the next Gilded Club meeting.
That would be amazing.
Cool.
What do you think, Lady Lissa?
That sounds wonderful.
Hmm. We can get you a hat too. Oh,
Excellent.
potentially. We'll see. She's very exclusive, isn't she?
Hats for all, I say.
I would agree.
Well, seeing as you've agreed, I'll go and organise it immediately. Perhaps you'd like to make a time for the next club meeting, and we
Hmm.
can perform that.
Yes. So what about this Thursday? Thursday at midday, so we can have tea.
Perfect
Mm.
timing. Excellent. All right, so she pencils that in with one of her servants.
And hopefully we don't have, fuckery to deal with.
Right.
Because
So she sticks around for a little while, and maybe you have tea or something.
yes,
Yeah.
more tea.
Have a bit of
Let's
a
fill up those
tea.
bladders.
Little tea, fill up those plans, exactly.
Oh God.
So you have a little tea party. All right, cool. So meanwhile, Sornal, you're at the palace.
I think basically if I've sent the message. I know it's going to take him a while to get here, so I think I've just gone back to what I was doing. I think at this point I might have actually pulled out like some of my own research notes from like the other things I've had access to, and I'm like cross-referencing things and like
Comparing
looking for,
notes.
well, basically making notes, trying to fill in some of the gaps and get a better picture of
Okay.
what's happening,
All right. Um, okay.
or at least what the better. Well, maybe more accurate to say start off with I'm trying to see how much of the picture Dag de Guile has.
Right. Can you make an investigation check? I'll come back to you with that in a minute.
Yep.
Okay, so the ladies receive this message from Tannel to say,
Yes.
come and do the thing.
Hmm.
So did you summon a carriage and head off to the palace?
That's true. I will also bring a bottle of something special for
Mm,
his
for his
his
eminence,
fanciness.
his fanciness. Right,
Tickle
Mhm.
his whiskers.
right.
Hmm. We
Okay.
might to gold leaf his whiskers. I think that'd be really fancy.
All right. So you guys arrive at the palace on in your carriage, and now that you have passes and what have you, the guards are starting to get to know who you are. And so they let you in, and you're escorted in through some back rooms up to a very nice lounge to wait in. And then a guard comes, or a servant comes to His Great Lord Eminence Meow, and tells you that your companions have arrived, or your guests have arrived, and they're waiting downstairs. Shall I send them up?
Good. Yes, send them up, please.
Very good.
Thank you.
In fact, he says, "Should I send them up, my lord, or shall we make them wait?"
I know. We're not going to make them wait.
Of course, my
We're
lord.
going to make them.
Of course, your eminence.
That's right.
So they run along, and moments later, a servant comes into the room where Nightingale and Lissa are waiting, and they say, "His Eminence will see you now."
Very well. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's go.
All right. You two can make perception checks. Oh, sorry, insight checks.
Okay. 14.
14?
13.
13. Okay. The overall feeling that you get from the palace staff is that they appear to be bemused. They're doing their jobs, they're doing it dutifully, but they're a little bit kind of like, what the fuck? We have a cat guy for the emperor? Like, we have to serve this guy? What the hell? I mean, they're still doing their jobs. They
Don't worry,
they
he's doing the same thing.
they haven't broken any rules or anything like that. They're still being perfectly, functional in that respect, but they are kind of bemused. And it's a little bit distracting for them. Anyway, you get brought into the Emperor's. Probably not the throne room yet because you haven't had the coronation.
No.
So that'll open up after the coronation. But at this point, you have some private chambers with some, nice furniture, big chairs for you at least.
Okay, I see them and
Yep.
I go, oh, thank God you're here. What is a fitting? I've got to have a fitting.
Oh, well, that's when when you'll have seamstresses or I guess
Tailors.
Taylor.
tailors, yes. They'll come in and they'll take your measurements and they'll dress you appropriately for your position.
What's wrong with these clothes? I wear these clothes all the time.
Think about it. When have you seen any royal wear something like what you're wearing?
I haven't known too many, but
Exactly.
I would say no. But they're comfortable, they're practical, So what you're saying is shut up and do as they want me to do.
Well, you do control everything, but it is a good look to look your best. Anyway, I have a bottle for you, a fine vintage, and I will have my lady, my servant, come over and present you with a bottle.
Tannel, are you there, Tannel, or did you go?
No, well, no, I said I was going back to do more research, so unless somebody's sent for me, I'm not there.
Somebody will come and tell you that they're there, I imagine. Barry, would
Okay.
that be true?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I will tell them I'll be up there in a moment, pack up what I'm doing, because I don't really want to leave my notes lying around, even if they are, like, I wouldn't call them encoded exactly, but it's not in a language most people around here are going to read.
Fair. Okay, so you come in.
Yep.
Do you walk
You're
in strumming on your lute, or do you walk in?
No, I think that's a bit much, even if he is the emperor. Maybe once I've ingratiated myself a bit more, but I think until I've got the seneschal and on my side a bit more, I'm going to play it straight.
All right. Very good. So you come walking in. Very good. Please continue.
I have my lady servant give him a bottle.
Thank you so much. This is really special. He takes the lid off the bottle and oh, that's good stuff.
It's simply milk.
You see the seneschal's face is like for a moment.
It's only milk. Don't worry.
Lady Lissa comes in with Knight.
Yep.
This slight bow and says, "Can I give you a hug?"
somebody normal like that. And he gives her a big hug. Now, Seneschal, this
My lord.
lady
Yes.
here and this lady here,
Yes.
they're allowed to be here when they need me.
Of course, my
All
lord.
right, all right, all right. Now, could you leave us alone for a moment?
Yes, of course.
Thank you so much.
Off he
Bows
goes.
profusely.
Okay, you got to help me. I don't understand. They're telling me I've got to do stuff. Oh, and I've got a meeting with the princes today. Now, do any of you have any idea? I've got a few ideas, but I need your advice on them.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What are you thinking?
I'm having your wanted posters taken down. Okay.
Unless you like them.
Now,
Leave the funny ones I made, but take down the rest.
It was really hard. It was very, very hard to tell Lady Lissa from herself anyway, but probably a good idea.
all right. I don't know about all this posh stuff, and when we're alone like this, please just call me what my name is.
All
All
right,
right.
what my name is.
No. I mean, oh, very
That
funny.
was
Ha ha.
cringe even for you,
All right.
Stornell.
Execute him! Off with his head!
All right.
I'm just trying. Sornel is just trying to lower the tension in the room because
Yeah.
he knows it's a bad joke, but he's just like trying to get Storm to just dial the
Relax.
stress down a notch.
Yeah.
Wait, they dressed me, you know. They dressed me, honestly. Okay. All right. Now, the important things are, I'm getting the princes together to find out what they all do. And basically, I want, if you think it's all right, to make you the specialist in Barakal and prophecy. All right? Is that all right with you guys?
Yes.
I have had access to Solnor Temple, so I do know a few things. I have done various research in different libraries I have had access to, so I am happy to assist in that capacity.
Good. Do you think the Lady of Fire will think it's okay?
Perhaps if you gave her a noble title, made her a lady in truth as well as in name.
Well, I will make her literally the Lady of Fire.
I have another idea.
Good.
Oh,
What?
sorry.
Go. What?
Oh, perhaps make her a saint.
Make her a saint?
I do not know if the Emperor has that authority.
I
Again,
don't think
Russell?
I do.
Should the
Hang on, guys. Wait a minute. Stand there, shell!
Oh, my lord, your eminence. Yes. Through the
Can
door.
I make somebody a saint?
There is a process, my liege.
There is a process?
It does require other people's votes and whatnot.
Can you...
You can certainly put forward the candidacy for such a thing, and then the assembly and various members of temples and whatnot in the city may canonize such.
Correct me if I am wrong, but don't you need to be dead to become a saint?
Yes. Being dead is something of a requirement.
Oh, well, that solves that problem then.
we could kill her. I mean,
Let's-
you know,
I don't
metaphorically.
believe that is a good solution.
Not, you know, not literally.
Do you still require my presence, liege?
No.
Very well.
Thank you for letting us know.
Yes, of course, Your Eminence.
Thank you for letting me know.
You hear
I
that?
have
Alright.
no idea how that works. Can't say I've ever met a saint before, but I think it would be better to give her a title that is not so proper, just from the way I've met her. She doesn't really have that look about her. Not like us, Lissa.
What? Okay, how about this? Torgail is part of the Dagdagal Empire. What if you officially recognized her ownership of Torgail?
That's good. See, that's why I keep you around, and he hits him with his elbow,
Ow.
That's
By the
why.
way, please don't give me any land. Kalareska already gave me a castle, and I don't know what to do with it.
So,
What am I doing again? I'm giving her.
You are recognizing her ownership, the Lady of Fire's ownership of Turgail.
I think
Okay.
if you do that, you do make it sort of known that Turgail exists.
It does not have to be a public announcement. It could be simply quietly added to the records.
Like, wouldn't you want the Burning Path to be somewhat neutral? So, yes, the Burning Path are on your side, Your Highness. But at the end of the day,
Oh, that's me. Okay.
That's you, yes. At the end of the day, if something goes wrong, if the Burning Path accidentally put a foot wrong, you have to take the responsibility for it. If you leave it the way it is now, that way, if they do something wrong, it's not on deck Dagil. Unless you want that, but that's just me. You'll have to talk about that with the leaders. So.
It is a good point. It is a good point. Right. The next thing I want to do is, the gentleman that we fought with that used to be in charge of the guards here?
Drazan.
Drazan?
Oh, maybe we know him.
Yeah.
You might have met him once or twice.
Sorry, I'm nervous. It's my first morning. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. All right. Drazan. I want Drazan on my behalf to start picking some soldiers that can actually look after Tiragal.
You could announce the formation of a special military force under his command.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
He should be here for that.
Hmm.
You should tell him. I think you'd appreciate it.
Is he gone back to Tiragal, or is he still here?
I believe he was still here, don't you?
I think he is I think he is still at his residence. I'm certain you could send word to him.
Hey, wait a minute, guys. Seneschal!
Seneschal! Seneschal! Do you remember, what was it, the Dark Crystal? That was the, what do they call them?
The Skeksis?
The Skeksis, that's right.
Yeah.
Seneschal!
Couldn't you have like a bell on a rope installed or something? It must be very tiring on your voice to keep yelling that.
There actually is a rope there next to you, like a gold threaded rope hanging from the ceiling with a,
He needs many ropes
that is.
to get his servants to open and close all the doors for him.
I'm imagining Saunel makes that comment because he sees the rope right next to him.
Yes, it's like I'm just trying not. I didn't think that independent. I didn't know there was a rope there, but I was just kind of like,
it makes
hey,
sense,
yeah,
right?
that would be really handy if you had one of those, Storm. Hint, hint.
So, Storm, let's make an insight check, see if you get it.
It's a nice little tassel for you to play with, too.
I'll roll your insight quickly. It's +0. That's a 6. Storm's like, yeah, I should get one of those.
Yeah, I should get one of those. I really
Storm, what happens if you pull that rope behind you?
Well, last time I did it, it fell off.
Perhaps what if you try pulling it gently?
I was being a bit persistent.
Okay, the door's open. Your liege, may we assist you? There's like a staff group of them now. There's like 4 people outside, all
I
standing
would
there.
like someone to go and get Lord is it Jazan?
Yes,
Suzanne, yes.
Lord Jazan, please.
of the Wyvernclad, my liege.
Yes, yes,
Of
yes.
course, yes. And they go off. Okay, he's on his way. Apparently, he
All
has
right.
been summoned.
Have you ever noticed that every time he enters a room, it smells like delicious coconut?
That's
Have
because he
you?
uses axe.
You know, I
Yeah,
thought
he
it
just
was-
he
I
just
thought it
hacks
was
his
just me.
armpit hairs off with a little tiny axe.
Listen, listen.
Yes.
So where'd you go? Oh, there you are.
I'm right here.
Okay.
I'm right here.
Listen. You're going to have to teach me how to walk properly, how to talk properly. I've seen you do it. Now, can you show me?
She could teach you to
Yes,
curtsy.
I can.
You're going to teach him to
Okay.
curtsy.
No, he just needs to.
Okay,
He don't
'cause-
even need to learn to bow.
Because
Everyone bows
that's
to
to
him.
him. All right, exactly. It's like,
And also, Storm, my connections with the Silver Dragon and my ability to communicate with dragons should be used to your advantage too.
I already figured that, but I thought I'd better ask your permission before I assumed anything. Yeah.
I'd be more than happy to.
My seneschal keeps telling me that I don't have to ask permission for anything at the moment. Okay, but I like to ask permission because you're all my friends. All right.
That's so
All right.
kind.
Now, next thing is I'm gonna ask the princes when they're here to give up any gifts that they got from the Barracal. So we can test them. And I want now one of you can sense the worm, can't you?
Well, not sense them.
Mm,
Sometimes you can just tell when a person's eyes are a little glazed over, but
there are spells, but we would need spell scrolls, as we are not. I do not believe any of us are able to cast it ourselves.
no.
Okay. So none of us can cast it ourselves.
You could request the services of a cleric.
Sornol, can you make an investigation check retrospectively for me, please?
10.
Okay. You noticed that there were lots of scholars working in various little chambers near the various libraries that you've been through. They seem to be on the payroll.
Perhaps you have magic users in your employ.
Okay.
Wait, there is something I would also like to ask. I do apologize, but at one point we went to go and rescue a man by the name of Balin. I was wondering if you could use your contacts, maybe find out where he might be, because he did work for this, well, in this area, I believe. I don't know a lot about him. It's my first mission with you all. But yes, something to consider.
Yep. All right.
Oh, you've disappeared.
Frozen.
Yep.
Yeah,
froze.
Mom frozen. Still can hear you though.
Well, that's
All right.
good.
That's a good start.
It
Your
should
camera will
go
probably come back in a minute. Probably. Can't guarantee.
All right. So I pull my bell.
All right, you pull the bell again. The doors swing open, and the
guy.
seneschal comes in again. Your great eminence, how may I serve you?
Tell him what you just told me.
All right. Well, a while ago, not exactly sure when, but there was a gentleman that used to work around here by the name of Balin. He was a I have no idea. But he worked um as a other game she probably know because she remembers everything. I do not know. I think he was a
he was a
wizard of some
wizard.
sort.
Yeah, he was an
Yeah.
elven wizard. I remember that much.
Yeah. An elven wizard.
An elven wizard named
Yes.
Balin
hmm
in the
We'd like
city.
to. Yes, he was in the city, but it is believed he was taken by the Barakyle. I was just wondering if you know of any
I shall
reports of
look
that.
into it, my lady. I shall look into it on your behalf, if it be the Emperor's wish.
It be the Emperor's wish.
From memory, he was employed in the palace.
In the palace. Very well. You can make insight checks.
Hopefully, this will roll a little
Yeah, we
higher this
can
time.
try and make insight. Okay,
Yeah,
20.
13.
13, okay.
Look at me go.
15.
A bit lesser.
I'm
Hey.
rolling like ass.
Hold on,
I
wait,
never
one
beat you.
Insight for Hurricane Storm is a 5. Okay, so you got a 20, Charlie. Okay. You get the feeling he knows exactly who you're talking about, but he's being a little bit vague.
Now, you wouldn't want to disappoint
Of
the Emperor,
course.
would you? So
Of
why
course,
did you tell us everything you know about him? Because you do know about him.
well,
Might as well just say it.
Lord Balin was a member and employee here in the palace for a time. It's true. He was accused of stealing secrets from the embassy, you see, and thusly he was forced into exile by the Empress of Dawes. And upon leaving the city, I believe his exile was expedited by our friends of the Red.
Yes, that's what we thought.
Can't say for sure that I know where he was taken or currently holds residence. I understand that he did leave the city, though, and has not returned.
All right,
I
thank you
will,
kindly.
if you wish, I will follow up with some questions and such like, see what I can discover.
Well, we'll probably have plenty of things that you'll need to put downward pressure on the the ambassadors from Barakyle.
I see. The
We'll have a lot
ambassadors,
more to ask.
the Barakyle ambassadors, unfortunately, have fled the city. They have
Interesting.
withdrawn, and they have left only the message that they, well, they do not seem to approve of our current rulership at present. And that is a matter of some concern among certain nobles and houses, I admit. They do not hold enough sway to change things the way they are, but there is some discontent.
Well, that's something you'll have to work on, Your Highness.
Better to cut the rot out early.
Although we can't do it entirely. I think we should make ground rules. So next time they do come into Dagdagil, maybe we make it very hard for them to get away with what they did. What do you think, Your Highness? Your frozenness. I don't know if he's here anymore.
The frozen throne. We can't
Okay.
hear you, Barry, if you are there. We
I'm
can't.
going to assume you
Uh,
you agree with everything I said.
Okay.
He's frozen.
What's going on? He doesn't look like he's online, according to according to signals. I'll send him some new invites to see if that works. I might see if I can. I'll remove him from the chat for a minute.
Yeah.
and then we'll see if we
This
can.
this happens like once a sesh. I wonder if
It
there's
does, doesn't it?
something um going on there.
Yeah. Um, I'm guessing his computer's crashed. That's quite likely.
Yeah.
Something like that. So obviously Storm has to go and relieve himself from royal duties for a few minutes. So you guys are alone in the in the chamber.
Hmm.
Okay, so here's a question. What have I managed to piece together from the research I've been doing overnight?
Okay. Ken, did I get you to do an investigation check on this yet?
I think you did. Hang on. It was a 15.
15. A lot of the things that you already have are seem to be confirmed largely, but you do know that there are clearly books. There are books that are referenced, quite important books, certain historical records that are referenced in the notes that you find, and in the library's records. However, this particular book, which seems to be like a core of a lot of information about the past, seems to have disappeared. It's not on the shelf. It's not where it's supposed to be.
Okay.
And there's probably a couple of records like that. Looking into it, you got a 15 on your investigation. There was a visitor by the name of Phineas Teldor who apparently visited the library about the time that some of these books disappeared.
Okay. And what am I able to find out about him?
He was a visitor from Barrack Isle.
Of course he fucking was.
He gained access through the embassy, and he got permission via the Empress of Doors.
Well, I'm going to assume that those books are gone. Like, I'm just going to assume that he's just straight up taken them. I will continue to look into it. However, now that I have the names of the books,
Yeah.
um, I think what I would do is like I would then, when I have time, I'm going to put out feelers through my own network trying to get my hands on copies of those books
Okay.
independently.
All right. There are not a lot of copies of books.
Right. But I forget the name of it. That what's her name in Vane Gate? The one Murag stole the axe from.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, I think I would arrange for like basically through sending to see if she like basically sending to send get a message to her asking if she knows where I could get my hands on copies of these texts.
Right. Okay. All right. So
As well
she.
as like sending the same message to the Daughters of Twilight to see if they can have access to the copies of them.
Right. So she will get back to you when she looks
Yeah,
into it.
I imagine like it's going to take time to get the message to her to look into it, get back to me. I'm not expecting an instant response.
Right. Excellent. Let's try inviting Barry again, seeing as it's been a minute. We need you, Barry. You're our great leader.
Yeah.
You're waiting. I'm gonna run to the ladies.
Okay.
Go to the little girl's room.
Yep.
His name's not lit up, so that tends to mean it's not online. But I can give him a call.
Yeah. Good idea.
Give him a ring.
Hmm.
What are you doing, Avery?
Um,
Hmm.
got an idle clicker game going on the other screen.
An idle clicker.
Yeah, super exciting, right?
Is it to, I guess, keep your mind focused, but like not focused?
Basically, it gives me something to do. Like, it's like just something to do in the background, like so I'm not like totally losing focus.
Yeah, I get that.
It's a
Well, he's not answering his phone either. So.
You've reached the mailbox of 64220.
Ah. Don't dox him. Dude.
Okay. We'll give another couple of minutes, I guess.
Why don't we have like an interval?
Yeah.
What do you think our characters are doing at this moment? Not the ones that we're playing,
What do
the
I
other
think?
ones.
What
I
do I
mean,
think?
you've got your NPCs as well, so
Right.
yeah.
Which characters are we talking about? The Shaleku characters, or
Yeah, we could do the Shaleku, or we could do the other ones, or I
yeah,
mean,
we could do back at Turagile.
yeah, just while we wait for Barry.
yep. Okay. Right. So back at Turgile, who do you have? There's Zor. Oh wait, we.
What do you think? Okay, assuming that the other party got back from Timfioth,
Okay.
what would Nimue be doing?
What would Nimue be doing?
Nimue would be,
Hunting gnolls.
yeah, hunting gnolls,
Throwing
making
stones at
sure
them?
the trees at Terragile are well taken care of.
Aw, that's nice. What about like getting acquainted with I think I called him her
Oh,
Samsara,
the
which
little,
is the little
yeah,
tree.
yeah, and making sure little trees growing,
The awakened tree.
Yeah.
growing
She would have
properly.
a Nimue would have enough levels in Druid that she could prepare speak with plants, so she could actually be talking to the little awakened plant.
True. Scary thought.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't can awaken plants talk? I don't know.
You can speak with plants specifically says that you can use it to talk with awakened plants.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Awesome.
Right.
It is a third level spell. I'm gonna say that Cinder is like kind of like he's doing a lot of yelling at Sarades, the Yuan T, but it's like yelling at him in a deprogramming way because it's like it's what he's gonna respond to. Like he's going to respond to like rigid authority because anything that's not that he's going to think is a trap. But at the same time, he can sneak in things like, "No, you're taking a break now because we need you in good condition." Because I don't imagine anybody's ever told them, "No, you're taking a break now."
Right. That's
You can
true.
have your mandated
Like it's like
unpaid half an
basically,
hour and 215s.
yeah. Cinder is going to
Right.
be like, in this instance, Cinder's going to be strict, but he's going to be strict in like the union rules way.
Right.
It's amazing.
Right. I see.
I imagine Briar, when she's not upstairs, like trying to like fire at like people from a long way away. She'll be
Who's
either
she shooting at?
I guess like it could be
Random
I think
people?
she'd get really bored, so it'd be like
Scorpions?
birds or something. Scorpions.
The
Giant,
occasional
the big, the big
giant
ones.
scorpions that turn up every now and again. Gnolls,
Gotta keep
scorpions, hyenas.
Gotta keep the area safe.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
we could organize a group to go and clear out some more knoll nests.
Yeah, well, that's what sounds like Lissa was going to do. Not Lissa, but Nimue.
Nimue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nimue.
Yeah.
Briar will.
Nimue.
I can imagine if she wasn't doing that, she'd be downstairs trying to get to know Sarduka a little bit more,
Okay.
and also little Ben will be there as well, just being like awkward.
I see.
She'd be like, go play with someone or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I got a good idea.
Sarduka, leave me alone.
I got a good idea. Now that Storm is Emperor, Cinder is going to make him the fanciest ceremonial sword he can.
Nice. That's interesting though, but Cinder should make a history check.
Oh, Cinder probably figures he's got a sword, but he probably figures it's not as good as what he can make. 22.
You know that the royals of Dagdagile do have a treasury.
Okay,
So
well, Cinder's going to add to it.
that's fair.
He doesn't care if it's like, yeah, I called him a scaredy cat. I should probably give him a new sword or something.
Okay, cool.
Or a helmet with like cat ears.
Or holes for cat ears.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think it should have like plating though.
Right, because you
Then
don't want
he
your
can-
ears cut
Yeah,
off.
exactly.
Like,
Jagged.
Not in the
no,
front,
like,
obviously, but
like
like,
basically like little bits that stick up behind the cat ears to protect them from behind.
Yes.
yeah.
Or they could be like Mickey Mouse ears that completely enclose the ears.
Oh dear.
It's like a Mickey Mouse helmet.
Yeah, but then that would impact his hearing.
True.
Barry's on he's
on
on
Discord?
Discord. Yeah.
I'm just gonna give myself a roll just to see how good that Cinder's first attempt is. He got a nat 20.
Wow.
Plus, so with assuming he uses all his mods, that's a 40.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So you're gonna make an AI picture of the sword?
I'll have to think about what it looks like.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so you reckon Barry's on Discord, but I can't see him, and he's not on Zoom yet. Damn it! Come on, Barry, get your shit together. Come on, Barry.
Yeah, Barry.
Keep inviting him, but no response. Discord, you say? I don't see him on Discord.
There it is.
There he is. Yes, he's on Discord. Okay.
There we go. Got it.
What have you got?
Speak with plants.
Ah,
Oh, awesome.
I had to find it.
That'd be so cute.
do. Okay.
Sorry, it's the creature, the little tree's name is Samara, which is the name of those little winged nuts that fall from trees.
Oh, okay.
And because the tree is like the little tree, the little awakened tree is still a baby. I thought it would be a fitting name for her. And then
Yep.
she'll grow up, and then she'll start to get more titles like Samara the elder tree, or
I see.
something cool like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So is your next character going to be the tree?
You could, I mean, you barely allow me to play like
Play-
what bullshit I try and play.
Play an awakened tree? That'd be
Okay,
quite frustrating, I suspect.
It'd be like really interesting. You'd have to really think about like the height of certain rooms and like keeping your leaves together. So you'd
Not
have to wear a
freaking out
hairnet.
everybody out.
And then you got like
Forest fires.
photosynthesis and stuff. So forest fires.
Lumberers.
Wildfires, yeah.
Every time you see a wooden building, you're like, fuck, that's my ancestors.
Well, in Ibron, there is a druid who is an awakened tree,
Okay.
and his name is Awalian, and he's thousands of years old, and very, very wise.
Avery,
As you
you
imagine.
met
Yeah,
him.
I was thinking about the giant druid that turned himself into a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was originally a giant, though.
sick. That's cool. Where
I didn't make
it's
a
gone
new
offline
image, but I
again.
did find something in my creations that fits.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Okay. She can talk to the tree. What does the tree have to say?
You want
Not a lot. Not a
Wow.
lot.
go
I
on,
don't think the
go.
tree knows very much. It knows about, minerals.
It's learning druidry,
Must-
so
Okay, I'm back.
hey,
Hey.
Barry, you're back.
Oh,
What the
Yay!
fuck happened to you?
my thing just
Nimue gonna
decided to
teach
freeze.
Yeah. Well, I sent you a link through through Discord, and I invited you through Zoom a few times. So, how did you end up getting back?
I had to reload everything.
Oh God, what a pain. Okay, well you're back now.
Yep.
Okay, so we just had a whole adventure in Turagail while you were away.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Am I still Emperor?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Here you are.
Cinder made you a ceremonial sword, and
Good.
he got a
Mhm.
nat 20 for 40.
So he will be making it because it hasn't happened yet.
Okay, it's in the process of being made, but yeah, I think that's probably like it's going to be interesting to see how people react to that.
All right. So where did we leave you? You're all in Barry's chamber,
Yeah.
We learned more
the
it
chamber
did cut
pot.
out, but we learned more about what might have happened to Balin and the fact that there is a bit of unrest about the whole Barakyle departure. They got too scared. Knight was like, your Highness, you'll need to work on that, and
So
uh,
Barakyle has officially declared that they have withdrawn their diplomats from Dagdagail.
but
And they're all
your
fucking off and getting on ships as we speak.
Highness, we do want to make sure that they don't feel like they're shunted away. We need to, I guess, come up with rules around the next time they come in. And my suggestion would be to make sure that they don't bring in big parties. No massive armies like they tried to do the other day, apparently.
No,
So keep it small, I suppose. I don't
I
know.
agree. I
Um,
agree.
And
Maybe
also they need to show that they aren't a threat.
all right.
And then we'll be, I don't know, that's just my opinion. You're the king. Emperor. You've got this. I believe in you.
Good, you're the only one that does not having doubts. All right. Right. Now, so they're doing a runner,
Yes.
but they'll leave something behind. So what I want to do is get soldiers, and as soon as they're out of that embassy, I want to get soldiers, and I want to get magic people, our magic people, to have a look at that embassy from stem to stern. And there'll probably be traps there. So I want that to happen. And once that embassy is cleaned out and we're sure, then we will invite the daughters to bring some emissaries from the daughters to come.
Your Highness, what's to say that this place is not
Well, that's the next thing.
right? Okay.
I'm
Understood.
I'm gonna get this place stripped out from stem to stern as well. All right, and everywhere that they went, like where they were digging, I want that checked completely. But I have to get the princes here for that, and I have to get is thingamajig here that
Drazan?
Jazan here yet?
You're right. Drazan arrives, yes. And he is brought into the thing. The door opens and Drazan steps in.
And that subtly smells him.
Do you want to make a deception check?
Sure, why not? Okay. Oh, deception. Oh, fuck. Okay, that's lucky. 15.
15. Okay.
That's like almost the lowest I could roll.
Damn. So Drazan comes in and he bows. Your Eminence.
Oh, good to see you. Okay.
And you, my liege, he says, rising. What a day this has been. What a change for Dagdagile.
It's not. Yeah, it's a big change for me as well.
I can only imagine. You must be feeling on top of the world, Master Still.
More like ill prepared. Okay. Now, what I want from you is I want you to make a special unit of soldiers. People you trust.
Please.
You trust.
Before you continue, my lord, I am retired from the guard. You know that. I have retired to Turagile.
No, you're going to make a guard for Turagile. You're going to make an army for Turagile.
An army, my liege?
Yeah.
Posted at Turagile?
Yes, posted at Turagile. Sworn to secrecy.
I see. Very well, if that is your command.
That is my command, and you are to run it.
Very well.
Give it whatever name you want to give it. But make sure they know if they deal with you, they're dealing with me.
Of course.
I'll even write what do they call it? Proclamation, a scroll telling
Declaration.
A declaration, yeah.
If you wish to keep it secret, my liege, perhaps it should be kept off paper.
No, I mean something you can show to somebody if they question your...
I see, yeah. I see. Yes. Yeah. I understand.
Yeah. Yes. And I want them trained really well.
Of course, we would do no less.
In everything, I want you to have rangers. I want you to have whatever you need to make it.
I will need some funds for this appropriation.
That is what I'm going to check right now. Pull the bell.
Ding, ding, ding. My liege lord, Emperor, Storm of the Seas.
This poor guy.
Let us go and see how much gold there is down there.
My liege, you are now prepared for your tour of the palace and the treasury?
Yes, please.
Very well. I shall summon the appropriate personnel. If you will be so kind as to allow me a few minutes to...
I do want to know one thing. What do these guys in uniform keep following me around?
They are your personal guard, my lord.
Oh, I have a personal guard.
Of course, my lord. They are your bodyguards. They will die for your protection. They are sworn to save and prepare and, protect your life. At all costs.
Who's the boss of them? You?
No, my lord. I am but a functionary, if you will. The master of these, your wyvern-clad bodyguards is... Hold the line. Will I find... Seneschal, Archivist... Oh, he tells you a name. I'll give it to you later. I've got names, I just can't find them off the top of my head.
And which one of these is that person?
They're not here right now.
Could you
But if you wish to see them, I can summon them for you.
Yes, please. That'd be great. Could you do that?
Of course. Oh, okay. So it is Arms Mistress Calder Briarvolt.
Arms Mistress Kilda Briarbolt.
Yep. So they bring her in, and she comes in and she salutes and she gives you this very rigid, very performed, extremely serious kind of impression. And she does a salute like she's saluting the fucking Emperor of Rome, and she's very serious. It's almost like Elon Musk's salute, but not quite.
I certainly hope not. Um, Arms Mistress,
Emperor.
are you in charge of security for the whole of the castle or king's area?
Yes, my Lord Emperor. Is there any issue that needs to be addressed?
I want, and you might need some magic people for this. I don't know if you have them, but I want everything in this. I want you to look through this place, every room, and look for listening devices. Look for
This is not vampire.
how do you no, I mean any form of listening device. And anything that the Barracal left here, I want it checked by somebody magical that hopefully works for us.
She nods. Yes, my liege, I shall discuss these matters with the Lord Archmage of War.
Perfect. You are just perfect. All right, but make sure everything is checked. Even the secret places that I don't know about yet. All
She
right?
smirks briefly.
And the Archmage of War, make him check over everything you find.
Very well, I shall call upon Lord Skargaran for his help.
All right. Thank you so much.
It is my duty and honor to serve. May the Emperor live forever.
And it's been a pleasure to meet you.
All right, so you dismiss her, and she fucks off. And off she fucks.
Right.
She is now off fucked.
May I ask you what okay, this is, I'm going to give you a few topics and I just want to know what you would do with that. So first thing is, what are we going to do about the Skargan blood? I mean, it's everywhere. The poor have it. It's been put in their food. What are we going to do about that? Oh, what are you going to do about that?
I already feel like I'm in an American election. Okay. All right.
Except you've won the election.
All right. I will
Do something.
You could change the name of the Barakyle Straits to the Straits of Dagdagile.
No, as much,
Oh,
as much
I can see the look on Liz's face.
I know, right?
All right.
Make Dagdagile great again.
Yeah, no, I am not going to make
Cassie
it
is one
great
of us.
again.
He's
I
a Kiwi.
reckon I'll be out
He's
of
ours.
the job in 2 weeks.
You're talking over the Emperor here. You know that, right?
Yeah, shut up. Okay, right. Okay. I plan to get a special bunch of, I'm going to say magical people to deal with that problem and give them a, shall we say,
I believe they're called wizards, my lord.
yes, I don't like the term wizards because I've been fighting wizards for an awful long time.
I see.
But we will use the wizards. Are you still here? Oh, good. It's good to have you here. Just stay there. Okay. Saves on ringing the bell. Huh?
That's Drazan. That's Drazan, by the way, not the
Oh,
chick.
okay. Oh, Jazan.
Yes.
Right. Let's get that thing written. Lissa,
Yes.
can you write me something really fancy that says he's working for me and what he does is for me?
I could, but I believe Lord Stannis would be better in the politics.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't he away at the moment?
No, he's still here.
Oh, well,
All you gotta do is summon him.
can you kind of use your womanly ways and go and see if you can do that for me and I'll sign it?
Yeah, just summon him.
Okay.
You are the emperor.
Seneschal, I need him now.
All right. It is arranged, and so Stannis is on his way. Somebody comes in with some refreshments. Well, they ask you if you want refreshments, and then if you do, they come in with refreshments. And eventually, Stannis arrives. You could have achieved some other order of business in that time if you want. If you've got anything else you want to throw in there into that little squeaky spot.
Right, yes. Oh, sorry.
You
No,
go
you
on,
go.
go on.
No, you go. No, you go. No, you go
No, I've
first.
had
No, you
enough,
first.
thank you.
No, you first.
When
insist.
I was doing research, I did notice that several books are missing from your library. It appears one of the Barakail has taken them, and they do pertain to the prophecy. I have sent missives to contacts that I have to see if we can get other copies of them, but I felt you should be aware.
All right.
There is a knock at the door. And this is probably before Stannis arrives, actually.
I
And
just remember the name of the person I was trying to think of earlier.
go on if you want.
Lady Iona.
Ah, yeah, Lady Iona, right? That's right. Yeah, so there's an announcement that the Lord Steward Kavos Threndane, the steward of the house, has arrived for your tour of the palace, my liege. Will you be taking your guests with you?
Yes. And
Are you sure, my lord? Do you trust them?
we have fought many battles together, my friend. Many.
That was not my question, Emperor. Do you trust them? These are the secrets pertaining to the guy in what's it called? The Imperium, my lord. And the Imperium has been history for thousands of years. We must be extremely careful. It is not just a matter of your own personal protection and security, but of the nation. Do you trust them?
Yes, I swear to you, I can trust them.
Very well, my liege, very well.
And if they find them to be untrustworthy, I'll have them beheaded.
Yes, my lord. He seems relieved when you say that.
Okay. And I kind of go, just kidding.
Looking forward to that.
Just kidding.
It's kind of like
You guys are fucking hilarious.
Okay.
As
Let's go.
we're walking, I informed Storm that my patron will be coming to court.
Oh yeah. Let's go on the tour, and when your patron comes, we'll stop everything for her. And
Lissa, you know that she's coming to. She intends to interrupt the assembly. Okay, so you go on the tour, and Lord Stuart Kavos Threndane and some attendants They take you around the palace, and that you get to go to some places you've never been before. And you see that they have some pretty fantastic artworks and statues and stuff that's been brought here from all across the world. And it's invaluable shit, you know, a lot of the stuff. There is a collection of magic items. And they show you a suit of armor and weapons that has been the heir, if you like an heirloom, if you will, to every emperor, handed down. It's always adjusted for that person, but it is magical, and it's apparently very good. And when you see it, it's a suit of full plate armor. It's got blue gems encrusted in it. So it's pretty fancy. And it's very old, and apparently it was a gift from the elves many thousands of years ago, so it's ancient. So this is a full suit with weapons and what have you. And Lord Steward Kavos says to you, and here we have the crown of the Empress. You'll see that her crown has these features, and he shows you the features, blah, blah, blah. And he then shows you various crowns from various other eras. And he says...
Are there any that are like absolutely pretty? Because sometimes they're just really hideous.
Yeah.
But I imagine Knight being like, you know, if she sees one that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think most of them are pretty fancy. Some of
Fancy
them
doesn't mean beautiful, though.
no. The Empress of Dawes' one wasn't particularly beautiful. It was kind of ugly and scary, actually.
Yeah.
And so a lot of them are, because they're, you know, trying to maintain some kind of strength through fear, if you will. He says to you, Your Eminence, perhaps you have some ideas for how you might wish to have your crown cast. I have a number of gemsmiths and metallurgists that are hired for such purposes.
Russell, I have a question to ask you.
Yes.
Does the Cat Lord have
Like an emblem or something?
an emblem? Yeah.
I bet he does. I will look that up for you, and I'll have a think about it.
I want to. I think Sornel at this point would know Storm speaks Undercommon.
Yeah, I imagine so.
I whisper to Storm in Undercommon, what if you have Cinder make a crown of adamantine, and then we can have gems set in it?
That sounds good. We'll go with that. I've got somebody in mind to make it.
Oh, you do you? As another
Yes.
person, and not from the palace?
Not from the palace.
It
I
is
wanted-
very irregular, my liege, very irregular.
I want the normal Joe Blogs to feel that he's a part of this wonderful kingdom.
You see, that is why the people of the assembly have elected you, my liege. That is the reason. There, you've spoken it.
And out of game, it's like, yes, a regular person did this, and then an adamantine crown shows up.
From a very irregular fiend.
Well, the thing is, it's like, I like the idea of just like, no, we don't tell anybody who Sender is. He just sends shit that nobody should be able to make to the palace occasionally.
Okay. All right.
All right. Okie dokie.
So, the weapons and armor that you have, the official ones for the Emperor, I'll say right off the bat, they are fuck off, like top tier shit. But they're also really, 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 really expensive and precious, and they belong not just to you but to the Empire. So you're kind of responsible for them in that
It
respect.
is. Oh my God. This is the equivalent of the airplane that Trump was gifted.
Actually, funny thing about that, it turns out he wasn't gifted for it. He asked for it, and they're not. They're not giving it to him until he publicly admits that he asked for it.
Really? Oh
Yeah,
wow. Oh wow. Okay.
yeah.
In any case, Barry, you are aware that several of the previous emperors wore this armor and weapons, but not all of them. Many of them chose not to because it was too precious.
Yeah.
And so there were a couple of times where some emperor or another has had to do some big heroic act and go forth and fight somebody or another at some battle, and they put on that armor for mostly to give morale to the troops.
And I will tell my seneschal only in those moments will I ever wear that armor.
Of course, my liege, of course. Would you perhaps prefer to have a set of decorative armor built for other occasions?
Yes, please.
Of course, my lord. You have preferences on those matters. We can discuss them later when your guests have retired. Now, the seneschal comes back to you, Master Emperor, and he says, he whispers to you, he says, the next part of the tour, my liege, is the treasury. Perhaps your companions might wish to take a break for tea and cake.
Mm,
And I can take you forward alone so that you may survey your treasury.
I am sure that you don't mind having tea and cake. It'll be served over there for you.
Out of game, can I do a perception check to see if I caught that?
Sure.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
actually, I
10.
do need to go visit the little ladies' room, so.
I caught it. 28.
Nice. Okay. All
I
right.
think Sornel's still like looking at the armor because he's like, oh, I think he just mentioned to the seneschal, I would be interested if you had something on the details of which family made this and gifted it, because he's the only
Oh,
elf in the group right now, and he is very visibly an elf. Like, I don't
sure.
need it at in game right now, but that's what he's asking for.
All right. He says, my liege, this was gifted by the Arathani in the golden age of the second era.
I see. I would be curious to read up if you have any writings about it available, but
They're very
that is not
ancient
urgent.
texts, my liege. They are barely still not falling apart. We must examine them most carefully. Such texts are prone
Per,
to destruction.
but surely you have
Copies of...
transcripts.
Yes, yes.
I should be very interested in the transcripts, and I do have an acquaintance who I would also would be interested. I should like to know if could have permission to make copies of the transcripts.
He turns to the Emperor. My liege, these are great secrets.
I do not need to know the secret parts. I simply wish to know the history of it rather than the abilities.
I think the Seneschal is quite capable of telling you the history of it. He probably
Yeah,
knows it off by heart.
yeah, yeah. I just want to see, like, but the thing is, it's like, yeah, he knows it off by heart, but I want to actually see the written word because there might be nuances that he doesn't get because he's not an elf.
Right. Okay. Well, probably at some point that can happen.
Yep, I don't need it to happen now. I'm just like,
Yep. All right. So yeah, Seneschal says, will your companions be staying for tea, or perhaps I can take you now to the treasury whilst they are distracted.
Yeah, we'll go to the treasury now.
All right. So Storm slinks off whilst you're having tea and cakes.
Knight turns to Sonal and is like, I need you to hold my hand so I don't turn invisible and follow him. All right. Can you do that for me? Because I'm really, really fighting the urge to follow them.
yes, I will. I just kind of
Well,
I don't think I'd
that or
hold her
you'll go
hand.
together.
I don't think I'd hold her hand but I think I would gently put, like, I'm trying to think of where it would be appropriate for him to touch a lady that he's
God
not
damn it,
related to
she
or
holds his
married to.
hand.
She just grabs his hand.
Or
Yeah.
Nessa can come and link arms with her and
Alyssa, yes,
hi.
please do that.
Okay, well,
Well, try
fine.
this fancy cake,
You're
and
my
as
oldest
they're trying
friend.
the
It
cake,
doesn't
look at
mean
all these
anything. So
portraits.
not
I am aware, in Sylvan, I know it doesn't mean anything. However, we must consider appearances, and as you are a noble of the city, I do not wish to cause a scandal that could cause headaches for both of us.
All right, so Storm, the seneschal and the steward lead you to the treasury, and they take you down the stairs, 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 and you come to a chamber, and you're pretty much buried underneath the palace at this point, and you're absolutely alone. You've been through various doors and things, and you've seen them open gates and stuff to get in here. A number of keys have been utilized. And before you go through the final entranceway into the final vault, which you're standing in front of, they stop you, and the steward turns to you and he says, My liege, Lord Emperor, there are some things you should be aware of before we enter the vault.
All right, tell me.
Our kingdom, the Degayan Imperium, is bankrupt. No
Turn
one.
it up.
We are in an enormous amount of debt. Our coffers are largely empty. The assembly is not aware of this fact, nor are the people. But I suspect the Barakyle have some idea of this, and I am not. I would not turn my nose up at the possibility that they have had some influence on the matter. The Empress was very free with coin. She spent it like water in all manners and means of life, from palace villas in foreign places to ships to large warehouses of fancies that she liked and preferred, exotic animals and pets, all manner of things. But in any case, the coffers are largely, shall we say, declined. And then he opens the door, and the vault swings open, and he takes you in, and you can see that it's quite a big vault, and the amount of treasure looks a lot, but not really compared to the size of the vault. Like, there used to be a lot more treasure in here now than there is now. Like, there's like probably 20% of the amount that would fill this room for the amount of space that there is. So a staggering amount of money is basically missing.
All right. How much of the stuff that she spent money on still exists?
Well, the Empress's family has claimed her possessions, and at this point some of them have been removed, but many of them are in some sort of stasis.
Are they aware of the situation?
No, my lord, no one is aware, only myself and the Empress. Perhaps one or two others that I may or may not even be aware of myself. Very few. It is our greatest secret, my liege.
And you're telling me the princes don't know?
No. They believe that we have a full coffer and that their taxes have been collected and utilized for the public good. But it is all on borrowed money. We owe the Dominion some several 100,000 in gold. Platinum.
Oh. Hmm. How do we make money? What are our industries?
Well, we have a number of industries and whatnot, but taxation is the means by which the Empire raises its funds. We could raise taxes, liege. I'm sure we could squeeze another 20% tax out of the populace. The peasants won't mind.
I've got news for you.
'Tis best we avoid the nobles, lord. They tend to rebel. If we were to tax them any further, they likely would form some type of alliance against us.
If we
There is the opportunity for invasion, lord, if perhaps there is a place we could plunder.
Well, okay. How much actually is there?
All the coin we have here is currently owed either for various provisions required in advance. There is nothing here that we have that is free coin. You can, of course, utilize it as such, but it will merely add to the debts that we currently carry.
How much exactly do we owe?
Let me see now, my lord. And he goes and looks up the figures. He has a scroll, I suppose. Opens it up. I'm trying to add a game. I'm trying to think of a reasonable sum. We owe the Barkile 718,000 platinum pieces. When I speak of the Barkile, I speak of a number of different merchants. This is not all under one person, by the way. This is across a number of different Barkile interests. Several different lenders at hand. They have been, I must admit this much, they have been quiet about their investments. They have never breached their contracts.
Well, they wouldn't be loud about it because they hold us by the balls.
As you say, my lord, as you say.
Excuse me, it's not your fault. I understand that.
We could perhaps consider the sales of some of our properties and such like. The palace, perhaps. We could...
Oh, you know that lovely place we just went to?
Yes.
Take everything out of it and sell it except for that armor.
My liege, there will be public outrage if we were to do such a thing.
What do you think the public outrage will be if we tax the poor? They'll go crazy. They brought me into this because they thought I was going to change things. So I'm going to change things so that nobody finds out about that.
But my lord, the artworks and things you've seen, this collection has been here for millennia, my lord.
My dear friend, and that's what we will be. You will take each one of those things and you will sell them privately and secretly. And then
the assembly will notice. They come through these halls on their way to the assembly halls.
Well, do you want them to see that?
No one will ever see that. This is locked. We could simply continue to keep our secret whilst we try to earn back the coin in some fashion that no one will be aware of. If we begin selling such items, it will be obvious to all that we are poor, that we have reached bankruptcy. They will see weakness in us, my lord.
Is there any way? All right. Like, economically, what do we sell to other countries?
Well,
Other cities?
we bring forth crops and whatnot from across the lands, and we build ships. Out of game, what do they do in Dagdagile? Do they have a fucking industry? What is their industry?
They must have an industry.
Yeah. I mean, I'm imagining that lumber would be a part of it, collecting lumber, because it's pretty, what's the word?
Forested?
Lush around there, except for the wastelands, the badlands, which is the exception, really. They have some mines. You have some mines. Things like copper and iron mines, I think. So you get a lot of metals. So crops, metals, certain amount of animals, ships, wood from the,
Cows,
lumber.
sheep,
Yeah.
pigs.
Yeah. All those things, all those animals and plants, agricultural stuff. Yes. And Dagdagile is known for a pretty sturdy military. There's a lot of military families. Yeah. If there's anything missing, I'll edit it and change it later or add it. Or if you have any ideas, throw them at me.
Okay. All right. Oh. Okay.
Ding, 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 ding.
What's that?
Another servant arrives and says to you, my lord, the assembly has begun to arrive. They are preparing themselves in the waiting room before they travel forth to the assembly.
Oh, great.
The princes.
Okay. All right. Now,
So you've got like 15 minutes before you need to go to the assembly.
all right. I want to talk to the two of you.
Who?
The
These two
Seneschal
guys?
and the,
Right,
yeah.
right, yep.
Okay. Now I'm going to give you the chance to tell me what you really think of me being emperor.
They both look terrified when you say that.
Tell me straight.
Does my butt look big in these pants?
It's basically, that's the question, isn't it? It's like there is no right answer to this. There is a right answer, actually, but that's also the only answer, because you can't give the other answer because you get your head chopped off.
Yep.
Tell me straight, because this is the one time we can have the straight conversation.
They kind of look at each other sort of almost terrified and suspicious. And they look at each other as if they're trying to decide who's going to go first. And then he's like, no, you go first. And then finally the steward speaks up. Kavos speaks up. He said, my lord, you have many enemies. Many, many enemies. Some in the house, some in the assembly, some on the street. There are many that believe that you have found your way in here by pure accident, and they do not approve. You have no bloodline, no lineage, no connection to the city besides your service in the military. And that faction, they do support you. They have seen your honesty and honor in combat and battle. Not everyone here has seen that, and not everyone here prizes such qualities. You, my liege, have been made a puppet of convenience. However, the difference between yourself and a typical puppet of convenience in this matter is that you seem to have some free rein. You do not appear to be under the control of any other faction. which makes you dangerous to everyone. I hope that answers your question, Lord. You will, of course, find that from myself and I assume from Seneschal Varnick, the other guy that's there, we will find in us complete honesty, loyalty, and support.
All right. I'm going to keep this secret, and we are going to start making money.
Yes, my lord.
All right? I don't care if the whores of this city have to work double time. We're going to get a percentage out of everything, all right? But I don't want the poor to suffer for it.
Yes, my lord.
And by the way, I was joking about the whores of the city working double time. All right. But you're in charge of this whole thing. All right? This whole secret is yours.
A great burden, my liege, but one I am prepared to take for the Empire.
And the two of you think of money ways.
Yes, my liege. We shall set about it straight. Best now you return to your companions, perhaps.
I've thought of a way. Who runs the gambling in the city?
I'm sure I do not know, my lord.
I love the idea. Let's put all the money in. Put it all in.
Okay. Find out for me who runs the gambling in the city, and I want to talk to them in person.
There are a number of gambling houses in the city, says the other guy. They exist in various underground capacities, largely outlawed. There are some houses that perform gambling events, perhaps you might call them, in the secret places about. I myself would never have attended such a thing. You can make an insight check. Insight for you, +0. Yeah, you can tell he's totally lying. You're pretty sure he's totally been to the gambling houses, and that's how he knows so much about them.
All right. I want you to get all the gambling houses to privately come to meet with me.
That will be a difficult... as you wish, my lord, as you wish.
All right.
I will set about it straight. Do you have any other business you wish to attend immediately? We can have such a meeting as this again upon the morrow, if you will.
Yes, we will, upon the morrow.
And here, my liege, here in the vault, it is secret.
Yeah. No. We'll pick a better place than this. We know we're in disaster. I'll fix it. Well, we'll fix it.
Only in so much as this room is, of course, highly secretive, secure, and private.
Good. Well, maybe it's a good idea to have it down here then.
Just us.
Yes, and then you can inform me how you do with the gambling people.
Of course, my liege. Very well.
Tell them I will make it worthwhile for them.
Of course, your eminence. Let us be straight about it then, and return to our work.
All right.
Okay, so they show you back up to the room where these guys are. And they've been avoiding the temptation to turn invisible and run around breaking things.
Okay, right. I come back.
The Emperor swans back in.
Oh, we like, I think the plan we've all decided is to stand up and really make a big deal about it. So we all like stand up and just like bow profusely. Well, that's what her idea was.
Oh yeah, Sordal is absolutely
Yes.
like on
My lord, my
all
lord.
in on giving his most absolute floral, over the top full court bow.
Right. With a little flourish on the end.
2 little flourishes.
And bells and whistles.
I'm gonna flourish you lot to
Minor illusion bells and whistles.
Minor illusion bells and whistles. Wow, you're getting a magical show. I see.
Yes, we're so enchanted by your presence, my lord.
Give myself a
My
performance
high,
check.
my high, my
27
highness.
performance from Sornel on his flourishy bow.
I don't imagine hers would be anywhere near
Very
as good,
good.
but we'll see.
Yeah.
No, it's nowhere near as good.
I
19
got a
from Melissa.
19.
So
A
despite it
beautiful
being Knight's
courtesy.
idea, she does the worst job.
I drank
That's-
too much of the milk I brought.
It's not just milk, is it?
Of course not.
It's got a
So-
little something, something.
Storm. Can I do an insight check to see how Storm is feeling coming out of that?
Sure. I think that's fair. Do you reckon he has a disadvantage because Storm is a cat?
Nah.
You want me to? I'll roll
Nah,
again and
just
take the
roll
lower.
flat.
Yeah, I think I'm.
You're all right. Take the 16.
So
I
yeah,
think.
16.
Yeah, yeah.
So Storm, what does Sornel get from your general way of being when you come back in? Like,
Probably mostly reading body language.
right. So he gets something from it, something accurate too.
I'm
Is it concern or fear?
I'm a bit. Well, the word is pistol.
You seem
Agitated.
angry. You seem agitated, Storm. Is
Yeah.
everything all right?
Yes. Well. Yeah. It's all right. Nothing I can't handle.
Can I do another insight check on that
Can I
statement?
do one?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, well, I have no idea. Oh,
This
he's
is the
fine.
last one though.
Nope. That was a nat one. Nope. Storm's okay. He says he
I
can
also
handle it.
got a
He's got
nat
it.
one.
He's got it.
We're both
This I
like,
got
"Ah,
a
he's fine."
25.
Well, I mean, alternatively, it could be one you're like, he does not have it. I don't know. Does he have it? That's the
No,
question.
I would
Right.
say we would probably trust in what he says. Because,
Yeah, he's
Listen
Storm.
to
yeah.
Listen to
Well-
something is up.
Listen, know something's up.
25.
Wow. Okay. So Okay. So Lissa, you can tell, despite his cool, calm answers, there is a little flicker in his lip that gives away the tension beneath his.
Maybe a flicker of his tail that Knight and I miss.
Right, and there's like an ear twitch.
Well, she's known him a
Liz
lot longer.
also, yeah, she's known him a lot longer.
All right. So Lissa, yeah, you can tell he's not quite satisfied with all of that. He's saying it's good, but you know that he's pissed off.
All right.
Can I get perception checks?
19.
Very good.
14.
Storm gets a 9, so you're obviously still distracted by what you've just
Oh,
found out.
I'm
18.
18, okay. You guys can hear the sounds of the assembly arriving and passing through the hallways, mumbling to each other, the occasional chuckle. Even the chuckles, though, give you the impression there's sort of like a nervous laugh rather than a truly kind of ha ha ha, not really a hearty laugh at all. There's some humor, but it sounds like gallows humor. And anyway, you hear the group of them pass out, not pass out, but pass past the door, past the entrance to the room that you're in, which is closed, of course, and move on. So you know that the assembly is here, and they are taking their positions in the hall.
Do you want us to join or what? What would you like?
Come in.
Am I allowed to wear my hat?
You can wear whatever you like, my lady.
Don't tempt me. Seriously, don't.
Comes in a little cat suit next time.
It's just me dressed up as a tiger and like a tiger onesie.
Wow.
God. Okay, so do you imagine you will need to speak before the audience, Storm?
Probably.
Do you
I
want
think so.
my assistance?
Do it.
Yes,
Do it. Don't
please.
ask.
I cast basically I wait until we're ready to go out the door, and before we go out, I cast Enhance Ability Charisma on him to give him advantage on Charisma checks.
How long does it last?
An
And
hour.
Russell, he is in a bad mood at the moment.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and I'm gonna bring out my little golden whistle around my neck, and I'll just blow it and give you inspiration.
A
Oh,
bardic
wow.
Bardic
inspiration, yeah.
inspiration.
So you've got Bardic Inspiration and you've got, was it Advantage?
Advantage on Charisma checks.
Oh, Charisma checks. Wow. Okay, cool. All right. So the time comes and the doors open. And the guards form like a little parade, as it were. Like a, what do you call it? Anyway.
Procession?
Procession, yeah. So you proceed through the palace to the assembly chambers, and as you come in, you're surrounded by the assemblies sitting in their spots and places. There's a couple of people malingering who haven't sat down yet. And you can make anybody here can make let's call it a history check, I think.
Nice. 23.
22.
Oh, look at us. We're so
22.
knowledgeable.
History for you,
14.
Barry, is at -1. So that is a 10. So for you, Barry, it doesn't seem too unusual. Nothing seems particularly unusual. For some of you, you'll be like, it is terribly disrespectful to be standing up when the Emperor enters the assembly. Like, that kind of fucking around is just not on. You would think, like in any palace in any country besides this right now, in this particular moment, it would not be acceptable.
Okay, so we see that people are they've remained standing.
Some of them, yeah, they're talking to each other and standing and messing around and taking their seats in their own good time. You know, when you go to the cinema and some fuckers turn up while the movie's just started and they're like walking in front of you and talking to each other and checking their phones, it's like that.
Storm, you need to stop here and don't go in just yet. We need to get all of those people to listen to you. We need to make sure that they follow the protocols, the rules of how this works. So, would you like me to do that for you? I'm going to become someone else, but it could be kind of fun. Should we both do it?
I could cast Thaumaturgy on myself to make myself quite loud.
All right, let's go in and we'll make sure everyone is seated, and then we'll announce you in. How about that?
All right.
Okay.
What do you have in mind?
All right.
I'm going to just like go into another room, make myself look like Seneschal-esque. I don't know.
Some Grand Vizier or something.
Super fancy. I'll have to remove my hat though. I just leave that in Lys's care. And then I'll go with Sonal. Are you ready?
All right.
Okay.
You step out
Excellent.
of the room and the guards point their spears at you and immediately don't recognize who the fuck you are and try and arrest you.
We're with the Emperor. We're here to.
I haven't changed my appearance.
Okay.
and
Okay, so the guards are pointing their spears at you. And you say you're here with the Emperor. Okay.
We're here to announce the presence of the Emperor.
One of the guards turns to you, Sonal, and he says, "Your friend is not on our guest list. Who is this?"
Sornal just pulls some bullshit explanation out of his ass.
Okay, you can make a
That's not
Deception.
that has to be the most laziest role playing I've ever seen.
It was definitely not getting inspiration, but you can make a deception check.
All right.
I'm going to use my inspiration to re-roll that because that was a nat 1.
Oof, that explains why it was an 11.
That's still
That was a
only a
3.
14.
Wow, okay. They don't seem entirely convinced. Barry, you notice that there's some fucking fuss going on just down the corridor.
Okay, Russell, I see these two doing their thing, and I go to my guards. I want you to get in that room and go right round those men, and I'm coming in after you. You understand?
Very well. Okay,
While
so they
they're
do.
occupied,
So
I'm
basically,
gonna-
sorry, Lissa, what were you going to say?
Lissa's gonna look at Storm and go, "What's going on? You don't look happy."
You're too right. Follow me in, Lissa. You two, when you've finished, follow me in, please.
All right,
Okay.
so you're going into the room where those guys are, and you're doing it with a bunch of guards?
Yes.
Okay, so basically the guards burst in, form a fucking couple of ranks, and make space for you to come in following
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
All right.
And I go to the men, the princes.
No, wait a minute, wait a
No,
minute,
no,
wait a
no,
minute,
no,
wait a
no,
minute.
no.
We're not in that room.
We're
This is-
getting our wires crossed.
Yes.
I'm going to get my guards to go in the room where the princes are,
Ah,
position themselves in the room.
okay. All right. So they flood into the assembly then.
Yeah.
Woof, and form a fucking entrance for you. Okay. So that's not with those two.
No, it's not with
No,
those
we're on
two.
our own apparently. Storm's not dealing with our bullshit right now.
Okay, well, I mean,
There,
that's
you're on
fine.
your own. Okay.
I'll just go. I'll go back. Let me have my hat. I go and change back into Lady Namara. I'll take. I don't know.
You have to get
2
away from
seconds.
the guards first.
Oh,
You currently have a spear pointed at your throat.
It's true. A messenger comes to you, Storm, and says, "My lord, there is an imposter has been found in a side chamber. What should we do with them?
I
They're
know
with
who
your
the-
companion, Lord Sornel, or Lord Tannel, Winterbreeze."
I know the companions. Tell that man who's holding to come with me. Leave them out there.
Leave them outside,
Yes, leave them outside for the moment.
as you will. All right, so they keep you detained.
well,
And
now I'm just bored.
that's the worst thing. Don't ever let her
Oh
get.
my God.
That's when she starts breaking stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I see
She's like looking at
Nightingale,
Sorna like, help me
if I see
here."
Nightingale starting to get bored, I'm going to use Fey presence, which is not detectable, to try and charm the guards around us. So I need a wisdom saving throw, as I'm trying to talk my way out of it.
Can you make a perception check?
15?
These guards are wearing necklaces with lockets on them that have arcane symbols, and they're not charmable.
Okay. But the good thing about Fey presence is it can't be detected.
Okay, so they don't know that you're trying to charm them, but it doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Okay. I just kind of like look at Nightingale and just kind of like,
You can try to make a performance check or a persuasion check, actually.
okay, persuasion. Let's see if this goes a little better than the others. So close to it's a 13. I think it's just like they're just not having it.
They're not having it. They're guards. They've been trained to be guards. They're not going to suddenly not be guards because someone came along and said some shit.
Yeah.
We do work for the Emperor.
We have no record of you, lady. Who are you, and what are you doing on these grounds? How did you get in?
Being a sir right now. We are here with the Emperor to announce him. But that's fine. We understand that
This is
people
not
like you are not privy to this sort of behavior, this sort of manner of fanciness. Got nothing, man.
Etiquette.
Would you like a shovel with
Etiquette.
that hole? Okay. All right. They continue to detain you. Barry, you're going into the assembly. Is that right?
I'm going to
Yes.
end up killing them.
Okay.
I'm
So you
sorry.
swoop into the assembly with your guards fanning out on either side, and that catches most people's attention, actually. And I'm going to make a performance check for you.
With advantage.
With advantage, and you actually get. Do you get a bonus? You get -1.
Yeah.
It's with
with advantage from enhanceability.
with advantage and bardic inspiration, right?
He only gets to add it to one check, so he has to decide
So
if he wants. He can
do you
roll it
wanna-
and then decide to add.
Do you want to use the bardic inspiration now or later?
I'll use it later.
1d10.
Okay, so this is with
That
advantage.
he had advantage. That was flat.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake! So you rolled a
Oh my
1,
God.
and then you rolled a 3.
This is what we were here for.
So would you like to throw that bardic inspiration in there? It's a
Yeah,
D6, isn't it?
yeah,
D10.
yeah.
It's not going to help.
I'll try it.
Probably not going to help.
Not
It's
going to help. There's no point.
to be fair, yeah, it's not going to.
Save it for your next check when
So
people
use it
are
for your next check. Save it.
embarrassed.
I haven't done anything
It's
yet
about how-
anyway.
Okay, so something goes wrong. I think you come in like this, and then one of the older gentlemen in the assembly in his white toga stands up and he says, "You see, I told you, tyrant, tyrant." And
Tiger.
you're not there.
I know.
You're under arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this guy's pointing at you and calling you a tyrant to your face in front of the assembly.
If I
Only a tyrant would enter the assembly with armed guards.
I pick him up.
You pick him up.
Oh,
Yeah.
You just walk over to him and pick him up.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. Okay. All right.
If I was a tyrant, my lord, you would be dead right now. Do you understand that?
Oh, my lord. He can't even fucking put a sentence together at that point.
Well, I mean, given Storm's height, and he's probably like dangling a foot off the ground.
Yes. Do you drop him or do you eat him?
Now, my lord, I am sorry that I had to lose my temper in front of you. I respect, and I put him down, this union of great men. But while I am here, you will show me respect, or those men will send you out with a spear through your heart. Is that clear, everybody?
Just my lord. There's everyone goes fucking quiet. Everybody sits down. There is silence in the chamber as everybody attends your presence.
Chose me as emperor, and I serve and respect you. So you will show me the same respect at all times. Are we clear? And I want to hear it loud. Are we clear?
Yes, my lord, of course. Yes, yes, clear. Yes, your eminence, as you will.
Guards, some stay, some leave.
All right. So, like 2/3 of them leave?
Now, gentlemen, we have a serious problem. But I'm sure between us all, and I'm walking around the table, between us all, I'm going to need your help to fix this city.
Right. So just to be clear, to set this up clearly, there's like a circular center floor where you are, and there's seats in a circle or a semicircle around that floor like an amphitheater.
Okay, I walk around the amphitheater. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yep.
And gentlemen, I'll be honest with you. I have no experience at leading, but I know that you love this city, and I know that you deserve better than you've been getting. So I'm going to ask you one question, all of you. What do you need from me to make this city better? What do you want from me to make this city better?
All right, pause. Lissa, Tannel, Knight, you guys are in the other room. What are you doing?
Dim door.
Really?
They're detained. I'm in the doorway watching.
Right, so you're actually in the assembly. You have a seat. Okay, cool. So you're seated
Is
in the
Stannis
assembly.
there?
Yes, Stannis is there. He's probably sitting next to you now.
Yeah.
Drazan is also there, but he's sitting at the back, away from you. and Tannel and Knight are in another room. And Storm, you're standing in front of everyone, so I can't get you a message.
All right.
Unfortunately.
You can have
Yeah.
someone send a scroll to him.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, so a messenger. All right, a messenger comes up to you, Storm. Approaches from behind slowly, and everyone sort of stops and listens and waits. And the messenger comes up to you and hands you a small scroll, like with scrawled writing on it that you can barely fucking read it. But it says assassin detained.
But not for long.
And I'm like, assassin? Detained?
When you say that, Drazan stands up at the back.
Does Storm actually say that out loud?
Yeah.
My Lord Drazan, will you do me a small favor?
Your Eminence.
Would you go and see what's going on out there and bring whoever it is in? I'm sure you'll know them.
All right, so Drazan heads off and he comes into the room where you guys are.
Well,
And,
I said dim door, so
So did you dim door, or were you just planning to?
and all it takes is a vocal component. So all I need to say is something, and then I can teleport us out as long as
You think
Sornel
you-
is within 5 feet of me.
But there is a technical issue. You're inside of a mythal.
The other issue is Sornel is himself, so even if you dim door, he's not going with you.
Okay, right. Well, that would be fine because we can't do it anyway. I think
As you prepare to do it, Drazan comes in and he looks at you and he looks at Tannel and he says, "What's all this? What's going on?"
I
Like
was
this-
trying to explain to these fine gentlemen
Who is
that
this?
an acquaintance. I believe you have met before. However, their appearance is a little different if you take my meaning.
He says, "Gentlemen, you may relieve yourselves. These are not threats. Please come with me. I will take you to your seats."
Thank you.
Let me just change into something a bit more comfortable. I will, when I have a spare moment, I'm going to change back into Namara without her big fancy hat.
Okay.
She left it with Alyssa.
Right.
Sitting on her lap.
Liz is holding the hat still on her lap. It's big enough to hide a dragon egg.
Stannis is like, is that yours? Is that your hat? Doesn't match
Stannis
her
looks
outfit.
at it and goes,
Oh, Stannis would know his mother's hats when he
That looks
sees
like
them.
one of my mom's monstrous pieces.
Yeah. In fact, Stannis says to you, "Did she
Yeah.
give you that or did you just steal it?"
I'm holding it, unfortunately.
Ah, I see. You wouldn't be the first and you won't be the last. The number of times I've spent walking through markets holding mother's things for her and she's gotten distracted for hours times. I remember one time I was waiting in a carriage for at least an hour and a half. It was so hot. Anyway, so you guys get led back into the assembly and Storm, you probably in the midst of another tirade, perhaps. This is probably about the point where you're telling them, to tell you what they want.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell that they don't know how to approach that answer because, like, what are they supposed to put their hands up or do they all talk at once? Like, they don't know how to respond to that. So they're sort of looking at each other a bit confused.
I want each one of you to come to me at a private moment, and tell me what you think you need. Unless you want to tell me here right now.
Lord Skagaran happens to be there because he's on the assembly. And he says, "My liege, your eminence, if I may.
You may.
Perhaps each member of the assembly might wish to make an appointment."
Seneschal, make it with my seneschal will walk amongst you, and you will quietly give him your times.
Very well. Okay. They're not used to this. Okay. So you can tell that they're clearly put out by all of this, that you've changed things. And they don't like change, even if it doesn't really affect them very much. And they feel like they've been put out. But nonetheless, they go through the motions, and you see them giving times to the seneschal, and you can hear whispers among the crowd. Some of them are, like, well, this is interesting. I wonder what's going to happen. Curiosity is part of it. And you hear a couple of others, this is not very regular. This doesn't happen. This is not supposed to happen. We don't do things like this in Dagdagyl. The Empress never did this to us. She never humiliated us in this way.
I think Knight's going to add her own little dialogue. Oh, what a wonderful idea! Oh, he's so revolutionary. Oh, how progressive!
And attractive.
Yeah,
And
he's so
furry.
hot.
Such big muscles.
We've never had an emperor with such big muscles before.
My lords, my lords, I'm going to give you a rare moment, and this is the only time it's going to happen, where you give me your opinions of what I should be doing and how I should be doing it.
Who are you talking to?
The assembly.
Generally. Okay. The whole lot of
Yes.
them.
And be honest. Be honest. Say what you need to say.
All right. So they some of them are kind of like nodding, like, hey, this is a good thing. They're like thinking about this, going, this could be a good thing. Others are like, this is weird. We don't know what's going on. You can tell some of them don't trust that this is not some sort of trap. Like, they're going to tell you what they think should happen, and you're going to be like, execute him. So they don't know how exactly to respond, but they're sort of getting the hang of it. You can see that some of them are coming to trust that you're not just out to kill them all. So that's good. In any case, yeah.
You are all powerful men, and if there's women there, women.
Yep, they are.
And I want you to use that power. You've been using it this far, and look what you've created. It's not for me, a beginner, to come and destroy things for you. I'm trying to make it better so that we can talk, so that each one in this room knows that what they foresee has at least been heard by the one leading this nation. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to learn from you. I want to be guided by you. I want to trust you.
All right. So you make this speech. Let's do a check, a charisma check, a performance.
With advantage, because it has advantage because of enhanceability still.
Yep. Okay, it's -1 with advantage. Roll.
And he still has his bardic inspiration if he wants to use it.
That is
Oh,
a
God.
5, dude. Do you want to use your
Oh,
bardic inspiration? You could get a 15, but it will be a stretch.
And you rolled that with advantage? That was
That was with
it?
advantage,
It was
yeah.
with advantage.
Wow. Wow.
Do you want to add the bardic inspiration and maybe pass the check, or keep the bardic for the next check?
That's a roll pretty high.
Uh,
And there's a chance.
There's a
Keep
chance
it.
it might be okay.
Take a risk. Do it.
There's a little devil on my shoulder with red hair. Yeah.
Mm.
All right, let's do it. Damn
All right.
it.
Bardic
Yeah,
inspiration.
you
So we
roll
got
the dice.
we have a 5 plus a d10. D10 is rolling. That is a 7.
Hey,
Could be
that's
worse.
pretty good.
So that's the 13, I think, isn't it? Okay. All right. So it doesn't fall on deaf ears. Not everybody is super excited about it. Some people don't understand it because they're they just can't get their head around the fact that the emperor is like giving them choices and stuff. And there's a few people that do get it, so it's a mixed bag. You can trust that the general idea of it will disseminate through them, but it might take them a day or so to actually fully comprehend what you're trying to get across. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay. Okay. This is not easy for any of us. But I still want your opinions. You came here to say something, so say it. Each one of you in turn. Don't worry, I don't behead this week. Maybe next week, but not this week.
So this is something that they're going to come to you with their appointments?
No. I want to hear what they feel about me being where I am. I want
Okay.
to know, because if there's no bullshit, then I know where I stand.
Okay. Nobody is brave enough to get up and say anything.
Is it okay for members of the public there in there to say something?
Sure.
Okay, Knight will stand up. I have a question.
Yes.
Number of people are like, who the fuck is that? But
I am Lady Namara Belban. I want to know what it is that you're going to do to make the place free of Skagen blood, because I have lost many a friend to it. What will you do to stop that?
I'm going to sit here with my council and we are going to assign some of our guards and those that have magic to basically get rid of it.
And do you see this working?
I think that they are so addicted to it that we will also need to have those addicted to it brought in and somehow cured, if we can find a cure for the addiction.
That seems reasonable.
can I get a perception check, please? Lissa, you have advantage.
Doesn't need advantage. She's a freaking powerhouse.
Nightingale got a 22, though.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye out.
21.
I beat you.
Oh, wow.
What?
You actually beat
Yeah.
her. That's
No one
remarkable.
can beat Lissa.
Lissa was like slightly distracted for a moment.
She's got Stannis next to her.
That's probably it. And she's holding a
Yeah.
hat.
And a ridiculous hat.
That's true.
Very perception
I
for
stood up and made a
Storm.
fool of myself without my hat. How dare I?
Right. Storm, you got a 7. That's obviously you're distracted talking and dealing with the assembly, so that makes a certain amount of sense. Tannel, did you get anything on that?
19.
19. Okay. So 3 of you notice this cool breeze sweeps through the assembly. The air moves. And Lissa, you sense the presence of your patron approaching.
Knight's going to take a seat because she has an idea of what's about to happen.
Outside, you can hear shouting coming from outside on the streets and out in the courtyards. And Nightingale, you got a 22. You, for a moment, you think you hear someone call out, "It's a dragon!"
Oh goodness, she's coming in as a dragon. Oh, okay.
I'll stand up and
I'm gonna. I can't message him. I can't message him. You know what? I
I'll
think
stand
will.
up.
I was going to try and like wave down the emperor and be like,
I mean,
I'll
Lissa
stand up.
Lissa could subtle spell a message if
Lissa?
you want to.
I can stand up and go,
Yeah.
Pardon, Your Majesty. My lady has arrived.
Gentlemen, we will be receiving a guest.
At
Show
that,
her as much respect as you would show me. Are we clear, gentlemen? And ladies?
from the chambers within the castle, near the middle of the palace, she comes wandering out in an amazing white gown. The light shifts suddenly. The sunlight coming through the stained dome pulls like a golden fire, and a deep resonant hum fills the air, barely perceptible at first, becoming a chorus of distant roars. And then Astrael forms, or she came out, didn't she? That's right. I was going to have her form, but she came out. And then she speaks, and everyone can just hear her speaking in a normal tone. She doesn't shout. She doesn't have to. It's almost telepathic. Princes of Dag the Guile, you stand in borrowed halls and speak of blood and law. But I am older than both of these. One among you is flame-born. No, she doesn't say flame-born, because that would make everyone think of the Lady of Fire. She says dragon. No, not dragonborn, because that makes everyone think of dragons.
Has the blood of dragons?
Very well. One among you has the blood of dragons. She bears my mark. And she turns to you, Lyssa. Lyssa Manu, daughter of your draconic blood. You will speak for me in this house of men, or refuse and be nothing.
I accept.
At this point, the assembly is like, what the fuck is going on? Who is this? Somebody gets up and is like, who is this? Cast her out. We cannot have strangers in here. And what's-her-face?
Rates him with an ice breath.
Astrael turns towards them, and this kind of nimbus glow of magic and electricity kind of sparks out from her and pretty much throws everyone into awe. Yes.
We're in a mythal. Is that okay?
She's a dragon.
Yeah, but
there's different kinds. There's different kind of mythal.
Okay, cool. Yes. I don't know about
each mythal. Basically, a mythal can be programmed to do certain things.
Okay.
So depending on the mythal, it will have different powers. And you don't know. She might have built this mythal for all you know.
Cool.
Yeah. So she comes over to you, Lyssa, and she takes a chain from around her neck and puts it over your head. And there's a locket on it. Yet another locket, yet another gift. You're collecting them. And she turns to the others and she says, this one here, Lyssa Manu, born of my blood, you will be my speaker and ambassador among these men. And everyone's just sitting there in awe at this point. And I think there's almost like an electrical illusion of wings coming out from behind her. Like she's projecting all her power. She's not holding back. She's not turning into a dragon, though, but she's making it very clear that she is a dragon, if that makes sense. What are you doing, Storm?
I am just watching these idiots melt because I've had enough of today, but I'm glad she's here.
She turns to you, Storm, and then she goes down on one knee in front of you. And she says, here I bow to the Emperor of Dagail. She says, we serve your city and your people. And as she rises, she says, but you are not a man. You are something else.
Thank you, my lady.
She says, I will return with gifts after your coronation.
Yes, my lady. As you wish.
Then she turns to the assembly and she turns to you all at the same time and she says, "Now is the time for you to pursue the Barakyle to the ends of the earth, to destroy them, to chase them back, beat them from the city. They are like an infestation.
It shall be done, my lady.
You must give them no pity, no quarter. Take from them everything. Chase them back to their lands. Follow them there and burn them." Now is your chance to destroy Barakyle.
As you wish, it shall be done.
Summon your fleets, my lord. Summon your armies. Take the archipelago. They will be like a disease if you do not stop them.
We will stop them.
Of course. She turns to Lyssa. Perhaps you should introduce yourself to your new... What's the word I'm looking for? They're not patrons, they're attendees, something. She has a word. Basically, she encourages Lyssa to introduce herself to the assembly.
Colleagues, maybe?
Colleagues, yeah.
I am Lyssa of the Silver Dragon in the house of Mahador. Meet your acquaintance.
Mumble, 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 whisper, whisper, mumble, mumble. Okay. And then she turns to the assembly again and she says, "Any disrespect shown to my apprentice shall be met with my wrath." She says, "My will here is done." And she turns and walks off. And she just goes out the door and you don't see her again.
She leaves her on my wings.
Oh, as she goes, she swipes the hat out of your lap. Just kidding.
Not my
No, as
hat.
she leaves, I hand the hat away, and if they start unfurl my wings, so there's no doubt of who I am, what I am.
Nice. Okay. Okay.
Very cool.
You can have inspiration.
Thank you.
Very cool. All right. So the assembly kind of is over unless you've got anything else you want to deliver, ask, or deal with.
Do they look like they're in a mood to do anything?
What do you mean, do anything? Like,
Well, discuss anything, talk about anything.
okay, so I think probably like a quarter of them kind of start ambling out, just leaving. Some others gather together in groups to talk to each other. And a few of them line up to see you.
Okay. I will see them. Do they want to be seen singly or?
You can see them here, you can talk to them here, or you can take them aside if you want to. It's up to you. You're the fucking emperor.
I'll take them aside one at a time so they can have a fair.
All right. So look, to keep it simple, each of these guys that have come to you has some issue that they're dealing with. So and so's taken the title for my land in such and such a place, and it's mundane nonsense mostly. It's I've had floods on my farms in the such and such province, and I need actually some of them are asking you for money. They're asking to borrow money from the crown.
How much will you need?
I would need 2,000 gold pieces at the end of the week, my lord, in order to pay the dues.
And
We will, of course, pay it back by year's end, my liege.
by year's end. I have your word on that?
Oh, my word, yes, my liege. Of course, I have the money is on its way. It's all been done and is about its business way.
Leave it with me, and I shall deal with it.
Very well. Okay,
Perhaps a
so
record,
say what?
perhaps a record of everything, who's loaning and who's repaying.
Go and talk to my seneschal, and he'll write down
All right.
what you told me.
Okay, so stuff like that, basically. There's a couple of mundane things like that that you end up having to deal with. But besides that, that comes to an end, and then the assembly kind of leaves. But the seneschal has collected times to speak to each of the members of the assembly.
All right.
There are about 60 members of the assembly, so that's a lot of appointments.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know.
very good. This assembly comes to a close. Everybody fucks off. You guys find yourselves in a room.
There you are. I run over to Alyssa and then grab my hat.
Which is now on the floor.
I thought she was going to hug you. My mistake.
No, she's more interested in that ridiculous hat.
I'm right here. It's beautiful.
No, it is ridiculous. Storm, you agree with me. The hat is ridiculous, isn't it?
Maybe choose
Storm doesn't answer by Storm anymore. You have to say your eminence, otherwise he won't respond.
No,
Your
he's-
Eminence, the
he's-
hat is ridiculous, is it not?
That. The hat.
You put him in the position again.
The
Of like,
hat is. Let's say.
Does this hat make my head look big or small?
Well, the hat makes your head looks big, but that's quite appropriate. That is the size of your head.
Damn, I wish I could give you inspiration for that one, Russ.
You can. Stannis has inspiration.
I don't think I have the power to
How
give
much
it out.
money? How much money have we accumulated as the burning path?
Are you asking in-game or out of game?
In game.
Ooh, that is a good question.
I think we would probably have a tidy amount, but we're probably using it. Like we still like the money that we found as Litharian Vespera and
The money on the
think-
ship, yeah.
Not the money in the ship, the money in that castle, that tower. Remember how
Yeah,
there's
we
a-
don't have that yet. I don't think we know about that yet.
Yeah, that's a lot of money that we could potentially have, but it was going to go to the Daughters of Twilight.
Well,
I think a
because
lot
it
of our
was-
funds have gone into like resources or the
Yeah,
Daughters of
we're
Twilight.
also
Donations.
well, I think the other thing about the money we found in that tower is that if you trade the coins at face value, we're not getting anywhere near what they're worth.
Yeah. So I can't imagine. I can't imagine you taking being able to take a loan out with the Burning Path. Just
Turagail does have a adamantine deposit. Just to keep that in mind. It's not something you might want to talk about now, but it's a thing that you have.
We could take commissions on weapons and armor, given the resources we have available. We could generate income.
But why? Your Highness, why would you ever want that? You've got a treasury full of...
Just say Storm. Mind about you.
All right, Storm. Why are you suddenly concerned about the money?
Because the realm is practically broke. You can't tell anybody about that.
Well, and what thoughts have you had on this matter?
Pardon?
What thoughts have you had on this matter, on how to address it?
Well, I'm thinking of making gambling legal, but under the condition that a small percentage goes to the crown.
So gambling, but with taxation.
Yeah. And
Well,
no interruption from soldiers or anybody else.
Well, you could sell licenses to these establishments if they wish to operate publicly.
Is Drazan here?
Yes.
Drazan says, I have personally had experience with some of the gambling houses in Dagdagile. Amongst my various tasks was to track them down and to extinguish them. In my experience, they tend to be somewhat small and very lucrative. Usually the big money, shall we say, is passed amongst nobility that tend to do these things in private quarters. Your friend here, Tannel,
Yes?
your mention of licenses is perhaps a good idea. That might be a good way of serving the purpose. Then perhaps you would allow them to set up their legal establishments in legal ways and fashions under regulation.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
have one idea. We are currently establishing a performers guild. If we were to establish a premium public venue as the flagship under the new rules, we could show what is possible. Not just have them spend money on gambling, but an entire experience.
Excellent. Like
can I
entertainment, shows,
Exactly.
that
We
kind
be-
of thing.
we have many different types of entertainment under one roof. We will need to source a suitable building. Perhaps we can perhaps the Performers Guild can lease something from the crown.
All right.
can I
All right.
ask how did the money disappear?
But well, my previous, shall we say,
The Empress?
her, yeah, she
Your predecessor?
she had expensive taste.
Yes, she did. She really did. Okay, well, my suggestion would be to try and find out where money is going at the moment. Because you never know what they've done, what she has done. I think it might pay to take stock of what is coming and going. I also think that if we don't have the money here in Dagdagil, we probably have it elsewhere. So we need to bring people into the town or into the city somehow. Entertainment is a very good option. But there could be other things. We need to have what people want. People want to come. People want a reason to come here. And we gotta, I guess, get people spending.
Well, one way, with setting aside the idea of bringing in people from other cities, if I am correct, there is still a large refugee population outside the city and unemployment within the city, correct?
Yes.
The simplest way of generating taxable funds is to find ways of giving these people employment. If you are able to, if you are able to find ways that they can perform paying work, then they will in turn spend that money, and you will receive taxes on that money, and then it would also help spring up businesses. Now, I do not know the best ways of creating work for these people. I'm sure your advisors could assist you with this. Perhaps public works projects. I did overhear something about flooding. Perhaps you could offer some of them work as laborers, putting in levees to prevent flooding in parts of the empire, and building roads and such like. If you have better roads, then trade is easier. Building infrastructure, I believe, in my memories, is rarely a bad investment.
I would agree. I'm sure. I'm sure even my the Bailburn House would take advantage of better trade routes to other locations. I think that could never go awry.
All right.
What about, okay, hear me out. What if you get married? You know, we find someone rich, wealthy, maybe the empress of another city. We get you married. Alliance, wealth,
Dowry.
dowry, lots and lots of cows. And also love. Mostly, mainly love. Yes.
Have we not seen
Are
me
you already
lately?
married? I do apologize.
No, I'm not married, but I'm a cat.
That's
Who am I going to
fine.
marry that?
You're also a king. Oh, an
You're
emperor,
also
sorry.
you're an emperor. You could simply find someone who does not wish to have children with you. It not every relationship is physical as well. It could be a marriage purely for appearance and convenience.
And thus the Sphinx was born.
And what do I have to offer in return?
Well, what if it was not someone who is purely noble? What if it is someone who is independently wealthy, looking for legitimacy?
That you,
By marrying the emperor, they could legitimize a family which does not have firm roots as nobility.
Get the shell. I pull the bell.
Let's go
I
silent.
pull the bell.
No remnants.
Is there any existing family that's not in the top 100 at the moment, but has so much money they don't know what to do with it?
Well, I would have to check
Lady Marjorie.
some records, my lord. I cannot think of one off the top of my head, but I will investigate, as you ask.
Good, 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 good.
The purpose perhaps might help me with directing my inquiries.
He leans over and whispers in her ear.
His ear.
In his ear. To deal with our little problem.
Oh, I see.
I
Very
need
well.
to find something.
You intend to appropriate funds from a smaller family, Lord?
Pardon?
You intend to appropriate funds from a smaller family, my liege?
A wealthier, smaller family.
What will become of them?
That will appreciate having an emperor as a son-in-law.
Oh, I see. Oh, we might have to look far afield. I do understand there is a princess in the land of Charasith who is currently looking for a dowry, and there may be some others. Let me investigate in the matter. Yes.
And how old is this princess?
Oh, marrying age. She's at least 9.
Oh, goodness.
To be fair, he is a cat. Like, what's 9 in like cat years?
You marry her, and all she wants to do is ride on you and like
Pat you, give you pats.
pet you.
Make little cartoons of you.
I hate that it's probably not her worst marriage option.
Right.
Like some guy old enough to be her grandfather is one of the other candidates.
Yeah,
There is another option, my lord, but it is a much vaguer one, I'm afraid. I understand that the city of Vane Gate is, well, it was under the control of a Queen Claresca of Scartabel. However, she has, unfortunately, not been seen for some time, by all accounts. I cannot guarantee my information is entirely correct, but that seems to be the case. If we could find her and somehow restore her to her throne, perhaps she would have some more leverage in this matter.
Oh, I know Claresca. I am happy to help.
You
I still
know
think we
her.
should get married.
I have performed for her privately on several occasions.
Well, do you know where she is?
No, but I do have contacts in Vanegate who might have some insight into the matter.
Oh, that is excellent. Perhaps we can follow this course, my liege.
Uh,
I've not
if,
told anyone, have you?
no.
Good.
All right. All right. You try and find Queen Chrylis.
Very well. I shall retire.
Yeah.
And he fucks
You
off.
try to find user context, and we'll see if we can find it.
Right, he's gone.
Hmm.
And we're going to get you married, and it's going to be amazing, and I can hook you up with the right person to suit you appropriately to don your
I have
fairy
another
form.
idea. The Empire does own a number of facilities within the city, correct, Storm?
Yes.
The Daughters of Twilight we have talked about establishing in the city. And I do believe they have perhaps not enough resources to dig us out of this hole, but if you were to lease them a facility, I mean, elves do we do live a long time. Offering a lease of 100 years would not be an unreasonable time frame, especially if they were to put a down payment up front, some down payment up front. It might alleviate things in the immediate future.
Well,
It
so
seems
how much did they say we owe the Barakal?
718,000 platinum pieces.
the other option is we could just find and steal some Better Kyle treasure ships.
Honestly, that's well, maybe not treasure ships. That wasn't what I was thinking, although that is a good idea, great idea. I was also thinking we can plunder, we can become pirates and take some booty. Well,
I know you
I
meant
mean,
that in
there'll be
the
plenty of
post
ruins
process.
around we could explore, but I guess if we're doing it, then that money should really go to,
Us.
us. Exactly. So we could always get other people to do it.
Listen,
How many buildings does the crown own?
how many what?
Buildings,
Buildings.
quite a few.
Quite a few.
Maybe you can lease some of those out for the gambling halls.
I did suggest that the first one would be. I believe I have enough funds and I can arrange enough investors to put down a down payment on one of them. But if the crown did take leases on some of those buildings, it would alleviate things to a degree.
All right, that sounds good. Shell, are you right behind me? Because I hope you are. I'm sick of
He's gone off.
He went off.
Poor guy's
However,
like a yo-yo.
however, there is a bell at the door. Someone comes to the door. It's you've come to realize it's the messenger bell. Every time the messenger turns up, they ring this bell and they asking for permission to enter.
Okay.
That's what the bell is, and the bell rings.
Okay.
So you let the messenger come in?
Yes.
Okay. So this messenger comes in and he says, "My lord, I have word from afar." And he looks at the others like he's not sure whether he should speak this now in front of everyone.
Could you excuse me for a few seconds, people? Thank you.
Of course.
He shows you a scroll, and it says that it says messages have been intercepted between Barakyle and Tularathion. Barakyle are. It seems the Barakyle are begging Tularathion for an alliance. We have not seen any word of response. There's a stamp at the bottom of the thing that has an eye on it, It's like a draconic eye. You recognize it as the wyvern-clad eyes, which is the secret police, basically.
Okay. Raphael, that's...
The Elven Kingdom.
Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't say that. Crap.
Well,
Okay.
if it is any consolation, they have tried to negotiate. I know for a fact they have tried to negotiate with Evran before and had little success. However, that could always change.
I need someone who's good with words. Come back in.
Who do you want?
Bring my friends back in.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
All right, so you march back in.
Oh, I forgot I wasn't in there.
That's okay. It happens.
Okay, right.
That could have been. We can fuck time around.
Yeah.
Right, now, I need to write to Raphael, and I need to make a peace treaty with him. I want to make an alliance with him before the Barakal does.
An alliance might be difficult, but
It's better than the Barakal getting an
no,
alliance.
I was about to make a suggestion. I was formulating the wording. Perhaps we should propose a formal non-aggression pact, as well as we could since we are already marching soldiers into the north, we could say offer to provide some military assistance in case there are any border disputes that they do not want to overcommit their forces to.
Can you write a letter to that kind of thing?
Of course.
Okay.
I shall spend some time drafting a proposal.
You start doing that, and you over there, come here.
Who are you talking to?
The young lad that I just told to go to the side for a while.
All right, okay. Messenger.
Yes.
All right.
I want you to go to my seneschal and tell him to call a meeting of the council immediately. It's an important thing.
The assembly?
Yes,
All of them?
all of them.
But they were just here, my lord. They're not going to want to come back.
Tell them
Immediately. Very well, my lord. Immediately. He runs off.
What are you planning, Storm?
I'm going to tell them what's going on.
Do you believe that it is a good idea to tip your hand?
Well, I'm not doing any tricks at the moment. I'm going to seek their advice as I would if I was an emperor.
An emperor would seek advice from your advisors, not from the Assembly of Princes.
Really?
Yes. The Assembly of Princes... It is... You do not know who among the Assembly is in the Barakail's pocket. By announcing to them that...
Somebody go and stop that young lad.
I just cast a message to say the Emperor would like you to return, please.
Avery.
Little.
Fizzle.
Huh.
Run.
Fine. I hurry after. I basically just go out and just like ask somebody, where did that messenger go?
Give me an investigation check.
And Knight's gonna scold. She's gonna scold the Emperor and just say,
17.
Okay, you find it.
You can't keep doing this. You can't keep sending people off and bringing them back in. Poor Seneschal. He's an old man.
Yeah, this was a messenger. I track him. Yeah, I track him down. I track him down and just say,
hold that message.
the emperor has decided to. It would not be political to have another assembly so soon. We are discussing our other options first.
Oh,
All right, he says, oh, very well, I'll stay here and be on standby then for when the Emperor changes his mind again.
Yes, perhaps next time the emperor gives you an order, it might be best to go around the corner and wait for several moments.
He smiles at that.
Knight is like, okay, look, you're acting just like a cat. When you have a pet cat, the instant they see the outside, they want to go outside and have fun for like 2 minutes, and then they come back inside, then they go out again like 2 minutes later. You can't be doing that to people. They are not cats.
The
They do not
Emperor
understand.
of
Oh, sorry.
okay.
Oh, you know.
It's all I can say is it's been a long day. All right. I will
Don't forget
call
you
on
have
my
Stannis
advisors.
too.
Eh?
Don't forget you have Stannis.
Oh,
Is
Stannis.
what she was saying.
Stannis! Where's Stannis?
They bring in Lord Stannis. I was wondering when I was going to get to see you.
Well,
Finally.
Stannis.
Yeah, have to forgive
Read
me,
this. Read this.
your Eminence. I've been drinking a little bit in the hall.
Yeah. Well, even if you're drunk, you can come up with a better idea than I can. Look, read this.
It's Barakyle to Larathon. Oh, yeah. I see. They're running. They've got their tails between their. How do you say that? Yes.
Legs.
Penis.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Mother, honestly,
No,
Mother, why do you come up with these things? You're in the company of the Emperor in the palace, and the things that come out of
Well,
your
he
mouth.
knows what a penis is. I'm
Stop
sure.
saying penis.
I love
over there. Oh my god.
I really love you all. But for a minute,
Oh, you
just,
love me. That is so nice to hear.
just shut up. Tennis, I need you to get my advisors or the right advisors that would for this moment. Who do you
He's
think
your
they should
advisor.
be?
Oh, I can't say my Lord Eminence, in so much as you say this moment. I wasn't here. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about fixing the sewers?
No,
Actually,
There is a bit of a
The-
problem with the sewers in the West Court. You know, they're leaking into the canals.
Tennis,
Stannis,
that
you're welcome.
look. You read that thing I just showed you, right?
Indeed, yes.
Who do I need to get the advice to deal with that thing?
Him.
Well, I suppose my father, grandfather, who's this?
Grandfather.
Yeah, grandfather. I suppose my grandfather would probably be a good place to start.
Good. Can you go and get him, please? Now.
wait, hold on. Why don't we just have some other messenger do it?
You just told me not to call the messengers.
Well, I
We
can
told
send
you
a
to
messenger.
think.
Oh,
We told you to
send a
think.
messenger for me, please.
I'll send my own messenger to fetch my grandfather. And he's
Yes,
not going to be
thank
happy
you.
about this. You know that. You know he's not going to be happy coming
Yeah,
all the
see,
way across the city. You know that.
He's probably just gotten home by now.
Yeah.
I was hoping to turn around and come back.
Wait a minite.
Not unusual for
The
emperors.
Emperor, why am I putting up with this shit? Now, everybody, your Emperor. I don't want to be your Emperor, but damn it, shut up until I tell you to talk. Right. Listen,
I'll get him at
Yes,
once
it's
then, eh?
yeah.
Yeah. Can I go as well?
Stannis?
He
Can I say
told me.
something?
Yes.
Stannis, what is your advice on this?
Well, you'll have to explain the problem. I wasn't here.
The note. that
Oh, yes, the note.
Emperor
I
just-
see. Well, to Larathian, I would send someone to go and talk to King Evran and perhaps warn him that the Barakyle are probably going to trick him. they're probably up to something, no doubt. They're going to use him in some way or fashion. But then, this being said, I think it is quite well known at this point that Tularathian have turned down the Barrack Isle a number of times in the past. So I probably trust King Evran to tell them to put it where it fits. You know, Evran's not a fool by any sense, and I don't expect he's going to fall for any of Barrack Isle's nonsense. However, probably you'll still have some obligation to warn them of the circumstances. I imagine that by now, word of your ascendancy has probably made it all the way to Tularathian, and magic users and whatnot, messages, that sort of thing. So I expect everyone probably knows, as right now, emperors and kings and queens about Sidarial are all reeling at the idea that a catman has ascended to the throne of Dagdagile. I know that I am. Sorry.
Here you are, my friend. Have a drink.
That's quite good, isn't it?
Don't drink that. That's just milk. And also, I've had that here for hours, and it's not been on chill. Just
Oh, it's
don't.
sour. Oh,
Just
God.
don't.
Now,
Why would
now,
you do that?
now,
Thought you might like it.
all right. I know what we should do. We should send him some of our evidence.
We could, rather than tipping our hand, we could send a diplomatic envoy that in privately handed over evidence, but publicly was there to negotiate diplomatic treaties or some such like.
So, at a game, how do you guys feel about playing an envoy that goes to see the King of the Elves?
I kind of figured that was where it was going.
Well, that's my
Yeah, me too.
That was kind of my objective, but I didn't want to make it sort of explicit because you could have chosen to send somebody else, and you still can if you want to, but
Yeah.
it could be
However,
fun.
we can't take Catman.
You can't take Barry. That's true. Barry won't be able to go with that. It'll have to be Zor.
And the other thing is like how
Not Rokan.
Not Rogan, no, because they don't like Rogan.
Because Rokan's at Shaleku.
That is
Yeah.
also the other reason.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
actually
Although,
think crew came back.
if Rokan was there, Sornel could show him, and this is the place. This is the plot Murag found the deed to. They won't. I don't think they'll give it back though.
So, okay. So shall we send the Burning Path in some form or another?
I was thinking there's certain things we want to do in Vane Gate as well. It would make sense for us to go to Vane Gate,
Do a little tour.
do some things there, look for Claresca, talk to a few people, whatnot, and then go on to Lorathian from there.
So the general
Dragon
gist of it,
eggs.
right? Dragon eggs. So the general gist of it is that we leave. It's almost like the Burning Path has kind of reached a point where it's under control. And it's doing its own thing. It's got its own steam now, and there's enough NPCs involved that they can keep running it without your hands-on kind of.
Right. I'm also thinking that given the situation in Dagdagile is somewhat stabilized with Storm as Emperor, we can start like looking at the bigger picture of the world.
and we can say in that time that Storm's making things happen in Dagdagile.
Yep.
Yeah.
Building
Governor
cat doors
advisor.
everywhere.
They're still wanna get like our Shaleku crew back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every residence in Dagdagile must from now on have a cat door.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
yeah, because it's like been what 5 months since we did the Shaleku thing.
Wow. Okay. Fuck. All right. Better finish that up then.
If you want to play it through, we can. If you want to not play it through, I know it might be kind of sad, but
We could do a bit of both.
What?
We could do a bit of both. What we can do is we can do some
Expediting.
specific episodes and scenes from Shaleku.
Yeah,
rather than playing through
I'd
it all.
kind of like to like. I kind of want to wrap that up because it kind of feels like a lot of the story is kind of circling around because that's not nailed down.
Yeah.
and like Vespera, she's the leader of the this cult, and
Yeah.
she's not here to control the people. She's not here to hug
Yeah.
people and say, "It's okay, don't worry, you can't leave. Don't worry." You know,
Right. Okay.
cult leader stuff.
Very good.
What we
Really
were
want to
doing
bring her
in
back.
Sulaco? I can't remember.
Sulaco, the necropolis, the undead, the giant fucking
Israel
scary-
City. And the
Israel
other thing
City.
is, if we get that crew back, we'll have a
Oh,
fuckload
they're
more
not.
money
Yeah.
for the Burning Path. And
Yeah.
Ironweave.
True.
Yeah,
True.
we'll have so much money.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's going to take time for the, like,
So you've paid off the Dagdagile debts.
I don't. Well, actually, that's the thing. You know, the Burning Path could loan the coins to, the Dagdagian Imperium. We might get something out of it. We could use it to maybe buy Turgile officially on paper, for example, or I don't know what, something. And then I'm pretty sure the Barakyle merchants would take those coins, or we could have it changed through someone or through money lenders or something. We could use it to
The
at least
casino.
buy. We could use
Yeah,
it to
that's
buy
what I
some
was thinking.
we could use it to buy some breathing room on the debts. Because the thing is, if you don't pay the debts, the Barakyle is going to use that as
Yeah.
official provocation. So you need to maintain those debts.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Ah.
All right. Shall we wrap up there?
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Sweet.
it was very
Yeah.
diplomatic.
Very diplomatic.
Oh, I actually think you guys would enjoy. Honestly, I would enjoy watching Russell play a game called Your Grace.
Your grace.
Wait, yes, Your Grace.
What is
Which
that?
is it's a game where it's a very simple game where you are like the king of a kingdom or queen
Mhm.
and story happens. Basically, you sit on a throne at some point and people come in and like, I really need you to help pay, can you lend some stuff or whatever. There'll be like fancy diplomats that come in, and then there'll be like fancy merchants, and then there'll be like the poor people like, I
Peasants.
can't afford to do this. It would be really fun to watch you play that.
Is it a video game?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
I don't think it's very expensive if you if you wanted. Let's have a look.
Well, there you go, Barry. You're the Emperor of Dagdagile.
Boy. Bloody hell.
Lissa, did you have anything you wanted to add? I know that
It's
you.
not on special yet, but I'll let you know.
Okay. Because you're very quiet sometimes, and I don't know. So I have to check. All right, cool bananas. All right, you can all fuck off now,
Okay.
or not. It's up to you.
No, I'm tired. Being
Yeah.
Emperor's hard work.
Yeah, for
Emperor.
sure. Dealing
Looks
with
like
us is
hard
hard work too. What, did you look up Yes, Your Grace? Did you look it
No.
up? Look it up, look it up, look it
What's
up.
it called?
Yes, Your
Your
Grace.
Grace.
Yeah. I actually think Avery would like this one too, if he
Oh my
hasn't already.
goodness. It's very
It's got like a
catchy.
Oh, by the
storyline.
way,
Yeah.
I told Joe that I was Emperor.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I've never heard her laugh so much in my time.
Has somebody? I kind of want to know how Michael responded. Has anyone told him? Because I've never actually talked to him
I don't
except on the
know.
stream
I
chat.
told her to tell him movie.
I haven't
No.
talked to him in a while.
Mm.
He's kind of abandoned New Zealand, I believe,
Yeah.
which is all
Well,
good,
he's
you know.
in England now.
Is he?
He's in England. I thought he
Yeah.
went to Australia, but hey, man, England's
No,
cool.
he's in England now.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good on him.
What is it? Another edition of Yes, Your Grace? It's so freaking good.
Oh, bye, Barry.
Oh, bye, Barry.
Bye,
He said he
Barry.
was gonna go.
He did say he was going to go. He didn't say he was going to disappear, though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So cool.
Very good.
But yeah, you can decide whether you're a tyrant or not.
I see.
When I look at you, I think tyrant.
Tyrant.
Yeah.
Tyrant.
I think. Freaking, make everyone
It's a video game.
rue
I'm
the
definitely
day.
going to be a tyrant.
I will be right back.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, it must be that time. Oh, I have to stop the recording. Ah.
Oh, okay.
Bye-bye.